Welcome to Fate Prism. This is session number 23, and we have a lot going on today, from what I have been very minimally told.
You didn't give us the countdown, Anashi.
Once again, not doing it anymore.
Oh yeah, true.
He was tired of you all doing the 6-7 jokes.
Pretty much. My name's Nanashi, I'll be your DM for the day, and joining me is the full table roster. We got AI Ignister.
Hi.
We got Atlas Core.
It's me.
We got Raven Soul.
I summon Castration Goblin in attack mode response.
An offer you can't refuse.
Tungsten Ballsack.
What a solemn judgment, that shit.
And we got Suba.
Hi.
Man solemned a 2-star vanilla monster. That's fucked.
I don't want that shit. I don't want that shit in my eyesight.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, no, forget solemn. Bottomless trap hole, banish that shit.
Alright, so, quick recap of the prior session. When you first woke up, Chimo had to take off because she, for whatever reason, had to go and help clean up a mess that occurred last night. Can't think of what that could possibly have been about.
Yeah, that's weird.
Then you guys got the morning paper, and while you were reading through that, Lind showed up and told you some very interesting information regarding how the gold medal works.
That he did.
After which, you went on your merry way, ran some errands, and then you eventually found your way over to Anais to pay your rent. Got some information there, too.
She was very surprised we paid our bills on time.
Yeah, apparently that's not a common thing.
Yeah, when I paid Joseph 300 Z's.
No, you paid Ignis.
Close enough.
Yeah, I was about.
Yeah, you paid Ignis 300 Z to ask about their family
You're
issues.
like the same person. Only people look the same to me.
Oh, hardy har.
One's a human and one's a dragon. How bad's your eyesight?
He is almost 300. And he is wearing glasses
all
to
of-
let him peer into the future. Can't imagine they're good for normal things.
All of you are blocks on my screen on Discord.
We're all pixels in the game of life.
Alright, Grandpa, let's get you to bed. Blips on Discord.
Why
He's.
is my sound so good now?
Lord help us.
And eventually, after many minor things, you ended up in Conroy's library, got a little bit more information about the gold medal, and how apparently his magic doesn't have the ability to write it down. In addition to watching Stan the cameraman get his ass handed to him by Conroy himself.
Yeah, that was a unfortunate event.
Very.
Damn skippy it was. And then after that, you talked to him, and again found out about the gold medal not being able to be written, and you agreed on the possibility of a non-combat challenge before you trudged your way over to finally return Corentin's bow, and once again ran into Calum.
Yeah.
He plays guitar.
He seems to play everything.
About to say, the first
True.
time we ever saw him, he was playing saxophone. He plays piano. He plays guitar. Wasn't he playing like a keytar?
He was
in
playing a
Miranda's
keytar.
concert? I'm glad I remember that.
Yeah. I mean, he was the one playing your song for you while you were singing.
Exactly.
Devil went down to Georgia.
I'd say I don't know how I did Devil Went Down to Georgia on a keytar, but you know
Hey,
that shit went hard.
If you're talented
You did.
enough, you can play anything on anything.
That's true. That's true.
If you're talented enough, you can prove that mayonnaise is indeed an instrument.
Next. I saw that. First off, saw that report. Second off, we're gonna go in and Conroy's gonna be playing fucking Cotton Eye Joe on the most obscure instrument ever.
He's gonna be playing Cotton Eye Joe on like the glass harmonica.
Fuck, there's that like joke instrument that's like electronic and it has that little face at the bottom that like moves around.
The
and you play it.
automaton.
We're gonna hear him play "Bring Me to Life" on the fucking automaton one of these days.
Would it surprise you if that was actually possible?
I saw a YouTube video of that shit. If you linked that and said that was what he was playing, I'd fucking laugh my ass.
Dude, the automatons go hard as shit.
They really do, for no discernible reason.
Well, I think that's literally it. It's so like nondescript and silly that when it actually does cool shit, it makes the cool shit look cooler. Because if you see a cool instrument doing cool shit, it's expected. So you'd expect a silly instrument to do silly things. But when a silly instrument does cool shit, it defies expectations and makes it look better.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so we're pretty much all caught up then. The last thing to happen is that Caleb walked away realizing you guys were about to engage in what he assumed to be a fight, and Ignis is interested in engaging Corentin in a fox hunt.
Yeah.
Anyway, for your all's pleasure in general chat.
Lord of mercy, what have you...
Oh boy.
Of course he did.
Wow. He actually had that shit on hand.
We shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go ahead and get into this. As we left off, you were going to challenge Corentin to a fox hunt. He has his regalia in hand, and he is simply waiting on you to make the declaration.
Stay the line,
Hi.
Bart.
Corentin, I challenge thee.
Corentin Kazniak accepts. You see a 50-foot emanation spread out, and before it hits its apex, he declares, "The challenge is a fox hunt. I shall attempt to shoot you down. If you survive, you win." And once he declares that, it hits its apex and turns into the golden magical wall. So here's how this is going to work. It's going to be a best of 5 roll-off. I'm going to roll. You have to try and dodge using stealth.
Yeah.
Also, I should declare, instead of using regular arrows that might actually fucking kill you, he's going to shoot you down with air arrows. So that at the very least, you're still standing if you get hit.
So he's gonna get the wind knocked out of him with wind.
Basically. He's gonna get the wind knocked in and out of him. Alright, first roll. Beat a 7.
Alright, let's see if I can. Okay, cool.
Yeah, even if you use the fate point on that, you would still tie, unless you want to do a full-on reroll.
He did a perfectly balanced. He just needs a good roll, but
Do you want to take that first
You
shot?
need a good roll. But...
Yeah, I'm gonna take the first shot.
Alright, well, you see Corentin laser in on you and fires a green arrow straight into your side, which knocks you down onto your ass and back into the deeper part of the grass. Luckily for you, I decided not to inflict damage on this, purely because you are a very low HP character.
Yeah.
Alright, attempt number 2.
Make him suffer.
Give me a beat a 6. You are just perfectly balancing life.
Yeah.
Alright, well, do you want to try and dodge this one with a fate point, or you want to take it too?
Now I'll use a fate point here.
yeah,
All right,
+2
what
does
aspect are you
guarantee a win.
Regalia Hunter.
Sounds good. Alright, that pushes you to a 7. That's 1 dodge.
Yeah.
Good thing we didn't do your original idea where the first time you got hit, you were gone.
Yeah.
Because that would have just been an automatic game over.
Yeah.
We'd
Or you would
have
have had to spend 2 fate points.
We'd have
Yeah.
we'd have to flame Ignis for losing in the first 5 seconds.
Yeah. What happened? I blinked and it's over. Fucking
All right,
Shadow
third roll.
Showdown.
Let's go.
All right, roll number 3. Beat another 6. Oh, you matched.
Oh, yeah.
All right, do you want to keep that one and see what the next 2 have?
Yeah, let's keep it.
All right, you just barely managed to dodge out of the way of the arrow, but it did in fact graze you, so while it's not a full hit, it's not a full miss. All right, roll 4. Damn, beat a 5. Okay, so do you want to take that tie as well? Because, that would make the final roll a make or break.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to gamble.
Are you sure?
I am not entirely, but, fuck it.
So you're gonna keep it, you're gonna take the fate point, what you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it.
Alright, so you're at 2 even. This is the make or break shot. Okay, beat a 6. Oh.
No, reroll that.
Okay, hang on. Under what character aspect?
You know what? Modern day Robin Hood.
Interesting. That's a good pull. I'm gonna let you use that.
Yeah.
Alright, so you plus 2ing or you re-rolling?
I'm going to reroll.
Okay. Damn.
But that reroll for nothing.
Okay, so you can spend another fate point if you want to try again. You can do multiple fate points, but the more you redeem, the harder it's gonna be.
Yeah, but like, wait, hold on. Can it be under the same aspect or?
It has to be under a different aspect. That's the reason it gets more difficult. You'll have to start getting a little more esoteric with this.
Okay. The only other one I can do that I could think of is the Life of Bare Necessities.
Alright. Try and spell it out for me.
Like,
This is where the roleplay aspect really starts to come in, because you have to be able to explain to me how this works. I see how it works, but I need you to explain it to me to make sure we're on the same page.
Okay, so I'm used to making something out of nothing. So, like, I know how to make usage out of, like, very little.
You
Okay.
can make like camouflage.
Okay, so
Basically.
you're saying because of the way that you live, you're able to get by with very little, including surviving things that you should have died from. Is that about right?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'll let you have that. Now, are you gonna re-roll or are you gonna take the +2?
You know, let's do the reroll.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay, well, we matched anyways.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's a draw currently, which means we have to go into overtime. There has to be a definitive winner.
Yeah.
This is stressful.
Yes! This is the most stressful challenge we've had thus far.
Which is saying a lot because like I had a +4 in drive, yet I managed to win Zahir's challenge by a landslide.
To be fair, this is something that this guy specializes in.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been a lot worse if you had chosen a slightly different challenge. Alright, so let's see. One more shot. Damn.
One opportunity.
Beat a 6.
That's like 3 6s in a row.
Yeah, there's a reason.
The bad omen.
Okay, I'm going to roll and not look at the score.
Okay.
Hey, how many fate points you got left?
He spent 3
I think-
already.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think I got like 1 left, and even
you're-
then I only have like 1 aspect left to redeem.
You better fight for that +2 like your life depends on it.
Alright, give me a character aspect.
Oh, the only other one I have left is hold on, what was it?
Fear of the amorous griffiness.
Yeah, that's like the only other one I have left.
What about your high concept or your trouble? Those are aspects you can redeem as well.
Well, he already redeemed his high concept earlier.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
can you think of a way to maybe word your trouble into this? Raven did mention once a long time ago a really funny way of you redeeming something using your Fear of the Amorous Griffinus.
I think God, I can't remember what I said, but
Wasn't
you
it
know what?
basically just she would beat his ass?
Yup.
Oh yeah. Well, now I'm thinking of another one where it's like if you use this as like a secondary regalia holders thing, you'll never have to see her again. Therefore, you won't have to be afraid of her anymore.
That's actually not a bad argument, I won't even lie. So, do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Alright, you know what? I'm willing to be flexible on this. You don't want to have to deal with Miranda again, which I honestly think should have been a character aspect for Barry at this point.
Well, to be fair, mine isn't limited to Miranda.
True,
Strong
true.
women are terrifying. Miranda just happens to be particularly so.
That is true.
God save Barry if he ever meets Laura.
Oh, goddamn.
Who?
Joseph's wife.
Oh, I don't like that.
No. Alright, well, you pushed it up to a 7. So you officially won. And it took every fate point you had.
It took every fate point I had, but we did it.
We
You
Well,
had
I
to
did it.
manipulate fate 4 times.
Yeah.
Dude, fate got hands.
Yeah.
What was this about needlessly using fate points the last session?
Okay, see, at least I didn't use it on the first one. Or the second one.
Corentin lowers his bow after failing to hit you more than once directly, and he slithers over to where he now knows that you are hiding and kneels down. Congratulations, you have outperformed me. You have won my Zepharcus. And you see that golden wall slowly dissipate, which means now all of you can claim it.
But hold up, I want to point out, like, outside, Ignis like still like calm. Yet on the inside, he's like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit.
You know, being shot at will do that to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
real oh god oh shit oh fuck moment.
Yup.
Alright, so he is now presenting you with his bow. Who claims it? All of you, I assume?
I'd certainly hope
Yeah.
so.
Alright, well, just like before, I'm gonna need everyone here to give me a will roll.
I'm great at these.
Okay? Damn, you are
That's
just perfectly
all.
balanced today.
Yeah.
That was supposed to-
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
That's a that's a
yeah,
one.
I do have a +1 in will.
Damn!
I hate this. I hate my life.
Joseph's
I never take
body
those.
does not like the concept of what was wind? Wind was still.
The concept is yield. Corentin embodies serenity.
Yeah, fair.
Those that don't yield to shit.
Nope. Alright, so your bodies react to the raw power of the regalia as you attempt to claim it, and you feel your bodies suddenly becoming lifted from every direction at once, the air itself filling your clothing and lifting your bodies high into the air. And once you reach a certain peak, you notice that the air itself is becoming heavier, and every time you take a breath, you feel yourselves slowing in thought until the idea of keeping your own eyes open becomes too difficult. And you suddenly feel yourselves yanked out of it by something long and strong, slamming you into the ground, and dealing up 2 points of damage, unfortunately, to Joseph.
Normal Tuesday, Chief.
Now, the world around you has changed. You land very roughly in the middle of an open grassy field on a seat made of a log. The large tree stump in between you all acting like a table. Corentin sits before you all, quietly sipping what you assume is tea from a small glass cup. I thank you for joining me.
I'm not used to flying again. I didn't like that.
I do have to agree with Barry on that one, and I've had worse trips in my life. Which, honestly, is saying so much when these, whatever they are, whenever we touch these regalia, are worse trips than what I've had to endure.
You know, universal concepts and all that.
On that subject, you are currently taking in the power of the wind itself and the concept of yield, interweaved into your sense of serenity. The most peaceful sounds, the quietest slumbers, the gentlest breezes, all contribute to the gift that you have earned. And you don't exactly know when, but seemingly an endless number of moments later, you finally return to the real world. All 4 of you are now holding the regalia, and you can see a faint green glow in each other's eyes so long as you are holding it.
A wind, huh?
Cool.
Oh.
Yeah, I bet you're gonna be feeling that for a while.
Yeah.
Let's see the info on this bow.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. You're right. New equipment descriptions to read.
Who's that regalia?
It's Corentin, right?
It's Uncle Ben.
It's Suba.
The sad part is you're technically not wrong.
What?
It is. He is basically Uncle Ben, if not Uncle Iroh. That was kind of the inspiration behind him.
Okay, not gonna lie, that meme lives rent free in my head for some reason. It's the who's that Pokemon meme? Peter's watching that episode, and it's Uncle Ben, and it's a tombstone.
Oh God.
I forgot about that.
4 damage, shoot, 2-handed. Strangely patterned, Aztec-inspired 5-foot-long war bow bears a pair of small green wings where the bow meets its golden string. Upon pulling said string, it magically generates its own arrows comprised entirely of a swirling green vortex of energy. While equipped, all attack actions gain liftoff. Vocation Tranquil tracking. While active, each member of your team is encompassed by a gentle vortex of uplifting air for 3 rounds. You and your allies do not need to spend ammunition for shoot weapon. So we all just agree this is literally coded for Joseph, right?
More or less.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, I mean, I was thinking of like using it myself, but I saw it's a 2-handed weapon, so you can have it.
Here's the beautiful part of it. As long as you have it on you, you can redeem the invocation. You don't necessarily have to have it as your active weapon.
I want to
Wait, we
point out.
can redeem invocations without having it as your active weapon?
I've said that multiple times.
Yeah, like if I'm grappling someone, I could probably still use Cliffbreaker's,
Yes.
what's it called? Rock Rib
I
Valley.
thought.
No,
but you
so
still
it's
have to
like
have that specific one on your purpose. You can't
No,
just.
it's all of
God.
them.
Okay.
God, I'm like tied.
So if I were to put away the Star Scourge, anyone could use its ability while it's in hammer space.
No, if you take a look at the rules, it says that while it is in hammer space, its abilities are deactivated. You just have to have it on your person, specifically as your active regalia. You can only have one regalia at a time. You just do not have to have it in your hands. As long as Barry says he has Cliffbreaker on his back and not in hammer space, he can activate Rock Rib Valley.
Okay, so it's
I knew all of that. It's just that I got confused from what you were saying.
It's fine. I'm not the greatest when it comes to wording this stuff out. It's still my first attempt at this kind of thing.
Not gonna lie, I'm
No
very
worries.
tied because we did say this would be a Joseph thing, but I feel like because Ignis wants to roleplay Robin Hood, this will also be very fitting, and it can also be a support item. But
And don't forget that last line of the ability as well.
an advantage with soft reload weapon attacks.
You know, like a bow.
Or just a sniper rifle.
It is kind
On-
of sad
on-
two-handed.
No, you kind of
honest-
imagine mana like ammo.
Yeah, I think.
Maybe Ignis.
Yeah, no, sorry, man.
Yeah, but that last
What
ability,
regalia
though-
were you using previously?
I don't think Raven had. Oh, Raven! Raven
no,
was
I
using the Tide Turner.
Yeah, that was what inspired him to pick up some throwing weapons.
Because he's not gotten to use it because we've not really had a combat.
Not really. And it's not like you guys are going to be dealing with very much combat in the near future anyways, not as long as Binks and Akarui are doing their job.
Yeah.
Tide Turner is really neat and also is pretty good with Joseph, but I think Zeph Arcus is going to be the go-to for the time being.
That's
The
fine.
Yeah.
Question is, whenever we get Fulmo's guns, are they going to beat out Zeph Arcus?
That's a good question. You'll have to find out.
Come to think of it,
That depends on what they do. I find it funny. I think I'm literally the only one with actual shoot stats that are worth a damn.
Yeah.
Now that I'm reading it again, Duskris is fucking crazy. It just makes you everyone immune to all statuses.
Yes.
yeah.
Why don't we have that one on our person?
Because the one holding on to it is Ignis, and he's using Nova Knuckle.
Okay, Ignis, I'm gonna need Duskris. I'm switching Star Scourge, I think.
No.
Fuck you mean? They're not even using it.
I knew this was going to happen when you guys started getting more than one each. You guys were going to start, like, bickering over them. By the way, you guys are officially halfway there.
I mean,
Oh,
Hey.
I mean, I don't know about these three, but I've been satisfied with what I've got.
Yeah, I can't say I've been satisfied. Like, I love Cliffbreaker for Barry thematically. Actually using it, it's just not.
The only part of Star Scourge that matters to me is Starstruck, because I can just dodge attacks for free.
Yeah.
Well, you got to remember, each of these regalia... Okay, so to be fully clear, each of these regalia were kind of designed with the idea to take aspects of the game that are a little bit weaker and reward you for dedicating to them so much. When it comes to melee characters, they don't do well with AoE, so Rock Red Valley was meant to compensate for that by turning an attack action into an AoE.
Honestly fair.
Can Rock Rib Valley apply to my grab? I forget about that. Did we ever talk about that?
It has to be a fight attack action.
Damn it.
Yeah, you tried using that before. Nice try. I thought about that possibility, but fight action specifically is what I was trying to boon. When it comes to stunts, that's something I had to try and avoid making abusable.
Honestly fair.
Alright, well, now that he has handed you his bow and he sees that you have officially attuned to it, basically, he leans back up and stretches wide. I believe I will be taking the rest of the day off. There's a particularly plush patch of grass over in the distance that I think would be very beneficial to take a nap in.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I wish you all the best with your future journey.
Thank you. Much the same to yourself.
And you see him just slither on over and disappear into the taller part of the grass.
Can I, as a player, say something really funny?
I thought he was red.
What?
Sorry, Suba, what did you say?
I thought he was a rabbit. Why is he slithering?
He's a snake.
Oh.
You're confusing
No,
Corentin with Arledge.
I don't think he's
Probably.
met Arledge yet.
Not yet.
No.
So you think he's a
There
rabbit?
is a rabbit.
I haven't even met the actual rabbit domain master.
I haven't met most of them. Leave me alone.
That's true. Actually, it just occurred to me, you weren't even here for the last session, so you never even got the full description of what he looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Well, good thing that there's a wiki article about him. God, this wiki is coming in such fucking handy.
Yeah, Corentin's a big green
I'll
snake.
find it.
Isn't he like a big green snake?
He's green for an amazing reason.
Doesn't he have... Why do I have a memory of him having wings? Am I imagining
He's
that?
a winged serpent.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, it's an Aztec warbow. He's Quetzalcoatl.
There you go. I was wondering how long it would take you to figure that out.
I never did. Okay, you gotta understand. The only time we've really interacted with Corentin before this, he spoke Japanese. Forgive me for not realizing he was. Forgive me for not connecting him with Aztec mythology.
That's the thing. A lot of these characters are multiple different cultures put into one character that align based on my preferences.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, hell, do you have any idea what Doran's based on?
I mean, he's a Yakuza boss, ain't he?
Basically, but he's also a reference to the actual Italian fisherman's mafia.
I did not
Oh.
know that was a thing.
Oh yeah, no, the FBI got involved on that and tried to put a whole control flow on fish and stuff. It's a fantastic read if you ever get the chance.
That's awesome. Can I say something as a player that's kind of funny?
Shoot.
So I made it canon pretty early on in Barry's lore, right? Like pretty early on in me playing Barry. I don't even know if I told you this, Nanashi, but I made it canon that Barry took like a stint as like he had basically at like the height of his wrestling career, but probably sometime after his incident, he did like a worldwide tour of wrestling as like a big event. And I was gonna make it canon that Barry can somewhat speak Japanese. Because during his time wrestling in Japan, he, fell in love with certain aspects of the culture. I was gonna make him really like mecha anime.
There's nothing wrong with that, honestly.
And but it's so funny because like Barry doesn't know Corentin speaks Japanese, otherwise it would have came up.
Well, actually, he did mention Japanese phrases a couple of times.
Well,
And he's
I
wearing
think-
a kimono. Or
I think the one time he spoke Japanese was when he, Calum, and Ignis had that one fight against the Marauders while we were all
the rest of you were very distracted, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I was
true.
watching.
That's true.
I was watching the Gecko Brothers flying kites.
Yeah. But yeah, okay, and while I'm thinking about it, I just dropped the Corentin file.
Oh boy, let's see how messed up. +6 and shoot. Yeah, that means you were also rolling. Like, okay, I had a suspicion, and obviously now we have the confirmation. That means you were also rolling perfectly balanced rolls.
Yeah. It's just one of those days, apparently.
Evidently. This makes Koala.
He's almost as fast as me.
Oh boy.
That's not speed. He's using chaos control.
Advanced awareness during initiative roll. Jesus. He has 2 advanced awareness. He has flight. Go figure. Damn. I finally get my wings back, and then you immediately threaten us with a actual flying enemy when I don't have true flight.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a good thing you guys haven't been fighting these people.
Yeah. Okay, he can bite you, go figure. Nanashi, is he venomous?
He's a serpent. You tell me.
All snakes are venomous.
That's a fucking racial stereotype, you asshole.
He's my character. I can be as racist as I want.
Now,
Hold on.
question,
That's going in the quotes channel.
now, we gotta put his venom on a scale. 0 or 1 is, well, regular garden snake, completely harmless, and 5 and 10 are just Australia. What's the scale?
You'll see as you read down the character sheet.
I had a feeling it's gonna be Australia. I'm surprised his art isn't upside down.
Speaking of Australia, Disney, when are we going to get the Australian Disney princess who has deadly spiders as best friends?
I actually think about that so much.
Yeah.
Dude, we had that convo in general chat, and I was just like, it would be so fucking funny if the villain of that movie was getting all cocky, and, you know, the animal friend of the princess is just a fucking swole, big as fuck kangaroo that beat the shit out of it.
They had to ban an episode of Peppa Pig because it was about how spiders won't hurt you.
Let's see.
Oh, it's the ability that kills you.
I have to.
That's what it is. It's the ability that kills you.
Nanashi, I need you to realize his ability to oh, I can't read South American words.
Okay, so it
his
is
barrage
Australian.
is such a long ability. I can't see all of it. It goes off the edge of my screen. Like the whole sentence goes off.
Make one shoot attack roll versus all targets on the battle zone using self-generated magical air bullets, each dealing 1 damage plus liftoff on a hit for 1 MP.
Okay, so it's, I mean, basically, yeah, okay, that's pretty MP efficient, because he's just getting to hit basically all of us with a level 1-ish wind spell.
Pretty
Basically.
much.
Yeah, and then finally Cornered Serpent. He recovers. He recovers the full HP with Cornered Serpent. Like he's gonna recover to full HP with that first effect. I know it's not full HP, but it's gonna be basically full HP. Okay, his shoot's also treated as fight for use with natural weapon style fight attacks. Is he one of the snakes that shoots venom?
Read the last line, man.
If you crit, is now down and treated as 0 HP. He's okay.
It's the ability that kills you.
on a scale
So
of
glad we've not had to fight any of these.
Even the ones that you guys think are not going to be difficult have been like terrifying.
I'm still terrified.
Speak for yourself, motherfucker.
Okay, Corentin, on a scale of Gary the Snake from Zootopia 2 or a goddamn Australian, which one are you? An Australian.
All
Like
right.
Australian plus.
Oh.
Okay. So he's an Australian snake with an Aztec weapon who predominantly presents himself as Japanese.
What a fucking weeb. Pick one already.
Pick a struggle.
Pick a struggle. I do really like him as a character. I do vibe with him as a character.
Well, at least you're not British and have fucked up teeth, so I'll give you that.
Nanashi,
I just imagine Conroy appears right behind him.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say if any of the domain masters had to be British, who would it be? It's Conroy. I
He's
forgot.
fucking Compton.
Yeah, it's.
Alright, so now that you guys have your bow and Corentin's fucked off to take a nap in the tall grass, you guys ready to move on from here?
Yeah, he's snuggling with his Hatsune
Okay.
Miku body pillow. Let's leave him be.
Oh, fuck off.
Now you have to get art of that, not sorry.
The thing is, I might have to.
You know what it probably is?
Oh.
Probably that one Snake Woman VTuber who has the body pillow that's like super long. According to
Vexoria the Sun Eater?
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I didn't think you'd know who I was talking about, so I left the name out. He'd absolutely have the Vexoria body pillow.
Quite
Is
possibly.
this the episode where I just don't have any idea who any of these people are?
Yeah, you.
Probably, and for
First
the
we
sake
have
of
the
this particular
Metabots
one, it's probably best
before
you
the
don't.
session.
Hey, to be fair, I explained Metabots, and I kept sending you all the same links to the characters. was
I
talking
know,
about with the
I
name.
know.
You can't.
I
you
didn't
don't
know who they were,
use
but it still counts. It still counts because I had no idea before.
Nanashi, I'd like to use Herculean hold on Scuba.
Listen up, liberal. It was too long, didn't read.
Nanashi, I'd like to use one arm to use Herculean hold on Suba, and the other arm to use Herculean hold on Raven.
Of
The
course you
players, not the
I'd
characters.
say I'd use one mana to dodge, but you're not worth it.
would.
Well, no, the thing is, Vexoria. Oh, this is the old model too. This doesn't have the
Mhm.
scar.
This is the model that everyone knows.
Yeah. So,
Oh my god, they're humongous.
Yes.
so
Her
fun,
nails, I mean.
so fun fact. In real life, she had a battle with breast cancer, and now all of her models since have a scar on the right breast that matches the scar she has in real life from her battle with breast cancer.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love Vex. I love Vex to death. She's awesome.
She is cool.
I'm really surprised you know who that is.
Dude, I used to watch Takahata 101's live streams.
Oh, Jesus. I haven't thought about Takahata in ages. Does he still exist?
He does still exist. He's been dealing with some weird controversy. We're not going to get into it. But the long and short of it is his bar streams were amazing because it introduced me to a lot of interesting VTubers that I don't even watch. But
See,
I
I
used to
see, I found Takahata through Mimcubus. But then
Oh, yeah,
Mimcubus
Mim.
just kind of disappeared. And
Well-
I'm really
Wait.
sad about it. I loved Mim to death.
They all kind of disappeared.
Wait, Takahata from DBZA?
Yeah,
That's,
he was a VTuber.
Yes.
I didn't know that. I just know him as perfect self.
If you get the chance to look up his old VTuber streams, they are amazing. He runs a bar, and it's hilarious backdrop scene. It's so much fun.
I've never seen his live streams either, but if I recall, he is also Alucard in the abridged series for Pelsing.
He is. He's also
I
Nappa.
didn't know all that about
I think he's also Dodoria. He's a lot of people.
See, I didn't know all that about him because I've never watched any of the funny anime abridged series because I don't care.
He was also the vampire in Supernatural the Animation Abridged.
Okay, I need to sit down and actually watch that as well as like the OG.
Dude, this is heartwarming. This tickled all the right emotional spots.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Okay, hold on.
No,
So, on
bad.
the
You're
su-
supposed to be miserable.
Don't worry, I'll
the
return
su-
soon enough.
There's war in the world. People are dying.
On the subject of Vexoria, I did actually meet her in a convention once.
Oh, nice.
You bastard! Then actually, I like to use both arms to Herculean hold Ignister. AI Ignister the player.
Of course you would. I mean, to be fair, I know the
Rolling
voice actor
Death
for Lord
Cradle.
Zed from Power Rangers
Rolling Death Cradle.
before he passed away.
Listen. Oh yeah. Listen.
Rolling
it
Death
was
Cradle.
it
Oh,
was
boy.
3 years ago.
All right.
Rolling Death Cradle.
Damn. It looks like two cats in a. It looks like two cats in a fight.
I mean, one of them is though
Yeah.
accurate.
All right. Well, we should probably get the ball rolling because
Time
two of us
constraints.
don't
yeah.
have a lot of time.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
We got so in depth with it.
All right. So you guys are probably gonna be heading back out through the gate after a nice long walk.
Yeah.
It is the
Barry
plan
will
unless
bring up-
otherwise happens.
I will say Barry will bring up, it is I will say it is a little ironic. We come all this way to bring him back the bow, just for him to have to give the bow back to us.
Well, as ironic as it is to just give it to him and then take it back like the typical Indian trader of old, as stories would tell of, well, regalia hunting just has to work like that.
Evidently.
You're supposed to know what an Indian trader is.
Basically it's a term used for like native folks who would like sell you stuff only to rob it back from you and resell it to like another person and rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
I see.
Sounds lucrative.
It is.
I learned so many new things with you guys.
Tadashi, why did you say it is like that? It is.
Because
I mean, it was.
Yeah,
You guys
well,
want to tell us, Tadashi?
I'm not going to get into it.
I'm sorry. I'm just.
It's fine. We're all having a good time. Or at least you were until you walked out of the green domain gateway.
Oh, goodness me.
What?
Yeah, the second you walk out, you see Binks and Akari in battle mode, and they're facing down a group of marauders.
Any named marauders that we need to be worried about, or?
As it happens, you do see Ace in the background. He appears to be talking to someone.
Alright.
Oh.
We jump that man, right?
Gentlemen, it looks like it's time to get active.
And Binks and Hikari put their hands up as though to tell you to stop. And Hikari tells you, we can't act properly. There's a civilian involved.
Oh, does Ace have a hostage?
Not a hostage. He appears to be talking to them at his level. He's talking to Stan.
Oh, that's not
Right, of course. Stan.
The photographer who challenged Conroy just a little bit ago. See,
Yeah.
this part here was actually going to be introduced to you guys at the end of the last session, but since we were down 2 men, I figured it'd be better just to save it for here.
Yeah,
That
fair.
is fair.
Also do not tell me it's what I think it is.
What do you mean?
Like, was he sent to get a regalia, but like failed?
Oh, yeah. Actually, do you think Steve is working for them? They just failed to get
Yeah.
Conroy's Sanskrit Chronicle.
That is an interesting question. You can't quite tell what their conversation's going like. But Ace slowly turns to see you guys, and he just shakes his head a little. He sees that you guys have that bow, and that's what causes him to shake his head.
Yeah, you're too late, dickhead.
I wouldn't want it if you offered it. Ace steps forward and looks at your group with hands in his pockets, while Stan stands behind him, very clearly still pissed off. It appears you are too late. We have gained a new recruit yet again.
Ah!
Yeah. Stan, you sure this is what you want, buddy?
Stan doesn't fully respond. He just looks at you and looks back up to Ace, and Ace speaks for him. Stan officially qualifies as a marauder. Small tidbit you never put together. All marauders are former regalia hunters. They understand the Sisyphean endeavor that comes with being a regalia hunter and what it means to be crushed under it.
I don't see how that relates to them joining you.
So the most miserable people basically are the ones who become marauders, and who better than the people who tried and failed to get off the island in the first place?
Yeah.
And so it's a genuine skill issue.
Sure, look at it that way if you want. Anyways, you see Ace reach down and grab Stan's hand, and the two of them suddenly dart off in a lightning flash.
He lost once, and he joins the Marauders. Honestly, good riddance.
I mean, to be fair, that didn't exactly look wholly consensual. Did kind of just get dragged off.
With that in mind, do you guys want to try and chase them down? Because Joseph's bullet is still active in his shoulder.
That is true.
Is it?
Yes, it has not been 24 hours yet.
Shit. I mean, honestly, guys, that sounds like an opportunity.
If we can actually properly get our hands on him and unmask him, I'm down for it.
Yep, sure.
Okay, alright, gang, let's go split up and look for clues.
Well, I'm gonna look over to Binks and Ikari. It's like, hey, you mop up these fools. We want to go track Ace down.
You see Hikari's eyes suddenly glow with so much silver energy that it flows out from the sides of her face, and you see Binks holding 8 colorfully infused throwing daggers. They are more than willing to take these fuckers down for you.
Alrighty, have fun with that.
We're gonna unmask Ace, and it's not even Harkin. It's just some random old dude we've never met.
Imagine. I'd be so
Also
mad.
called Gregory, but he's unrelated.
Yeah, to be fair, we did find another berry on the island.
This is true. I was gonna say, to be fair, that one's actually name is actually Gregory. To be fair, isn't your character's the Polish word for Gregory? Or whatever. I can't.
It's
Dude,
fine.
I can barely speak.
Again.
I'm not gonna try and pronounce.
If we unmask Ace and it like deadass is some rando, it will be like Scooby Doo. It's just Old Man Jenkins who was the gardener. Or something.
No, it'll be Dr. Bees. Just as I suspected, a man I have never met and have no idea who it is.
Alright, so
Anyways,
how are we gonna do this? We're gonna split up, or
Regardless of how we split up, we have perfect communication mostly while we're outside the domains.
Thanks
Because of
to
the
Gregory.
walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
Thanks to me.
Yeah.
Now, I wasn't gonna glaze myself, but if you're going to.
hardy
I
hard.
mean, you bringing it up without even saying your own name is still kind of.
God, I
Yeah.
know how.
Yeah.
God, I know how long turtle dicks are, but can you please stop sucking yourself off, man?
Jesus.
Spend your private time.
But God forbid I have a unique skill.
Okay, so
Okay.
I assume Gregory is going to be driving the car while Ignis is taking off, or are you all just going to get in the car?
Yeah, Ignis will have a flyby view, and essentially at this point, me and Ignis are gonna have a fucking bird's eye view with how Vulture Sign works.
What if I yeet Ignis into the air for a bit of extra momentum?
Interesting. Okay, so here's what I'm going to want you to do then. I'm going to want Gregory, who's driving, to give me a drive roll. I'm going to want Ignis, who's going to be flying, to give me a drive roll as well.
Okay, since it's a drive roll, I can spend mana on it.
That's only
Right.
when you're running. Driving does not in any way, shape, or form apply to this. You cannot drive faster without pushing the pedal. You're a grandfather. Get over it.
I simply pump more mana into the thing.
Funny. No.
Into the car. Damn.
Nice try. You do not have NOS.
He's just a
will-
supercharger.
You do not
Hold
have
on a
magic
minute.
NOS.
I feel like
I could have.
You could, but we're not going to get into that. Go ahead and give me the drive roll.
Okay, it's a +1.
Okay.
It's a 1.
Alright, so Ignis is going to take off and keep an eye on Ace as you guys are flying, or as you guys are driving behind him, and thanks to him, you're going to follow him pretty much perfectly all the way down. And you manage to track him into a part of the business district that is more or less not fully finished being built. And when you spot him, he's just standing there, staring at you in the sky, basically. So, what are you gonna do?
Alright, what's the plan here?
I don't know.
I mean, are the
Barry,
rest
what's
of
the plan
there?
here?
Basically, you guys will arrive a few moments after he does.
Okay.
Thankfully, without any road signs in the front of your grill.
Awesome.
Old man drivers.
Yeah, if you would have failed miserably, I would have gone after your neck. I would have pulled you out of your shell and beat you senselessly.
Hey,
Turtle soup.
It would have been Nadashi's fault for not letting me.
Hardy har.
You have a +1 in drive. It's a miracle you're able to drive for the first place.
Listen here, Bob. I got this driver's license in the 1930s. It's been a while.
Alright, well, you guys all pull in after Ignis, and he's still just standing there, hands in his pockets.
Question is, are we going to actually have an actual combat encounter? Or is it going to be saved by the narrative again?
No, that's actually what I was just getting ready to ask in character.
Well, go
I
ahead.
just want to yell at him, and we're close enough. I don't have to Mystic Megaphone it.
Nah.
I was like, alright, so are we gonna fight, or are you just gonna lightning speed run away again? Because I'm getting rather sick of this shit.
He shakes his head a little. I only needed to find a place with no witnesses.
I'm sorry, what?
All right, all the better for us, since we're technically not allowed to do vigilantism.
Oh, well.
I'm sick of this man's shit. I want to commit a violence.
He's waiting for you guys. He's just standing there.
Menacingly.
So do we get the combat map, or?
Yeah, that depends. Do you guys actually want to attack him? Because he doesn't seem like he's attacking you.
I mean, I'm with the group. If we as a group decide not to attack him, then I won't. But at the same time, I don't know why we wouldn't attack him here.
I wouldn't mind pulling the trigger.
I'm sure you wouldn't.
What I'm iffy about, it's a freeform combat situation, and we're in a isolated area, so chances are we're gonna get hit with the fucking Royal Flush Gang again from Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah.
Royal Flush Gang. Oh, there's Sunny. Okay, we got a +1.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, my plan, my immediate thought was just, we all fucking rush him, but as we rush him, I'm gonna invoke Rock Rib Valley to destabilize him.
Wait, this is a perfect opportunity for me to summon a summon before combat.
I mean, if you want to do that, but if he wanted to do something, he would have done something by now, don't you think?
I guess we could have.
That is true. Can I get an investigate roll, pretty please?
Sure.
Alright, so that's gonna be with a +2. It's a 0. Can I use a fate point to perhaps reroll?
If you want to, give me an aspect.
It'd be a hero in his own right. He's been around pretty long.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
I'm sure he'd recognize a trap just from experience and just how much of it he has.
You know what? I'll give you that one. Give me the reroll. Watch me a -1.
I just don't roll shit.
Nah, never. That'd never happen.
Okay.
That's a 1.
That's better.
If you want, given that Joseph has a +5 and is also pretty tactical minded, I can also do.
You have a +5 investigate? Why did it take you so long to bring that up?
You're the one who jumped into it, man. Don't blame him for you being, so gung-ho about it.
Faster? I've always been faster.
Listen, I'm over here thinking on how to approach this as the group, and you're like, investigate. Okay, cool, I can help with that, hopefully.
Alright, Joseph, give me a roll.
That's a 6.
Okay, so, Gregory, you don't see anything out of the ordinary, but then again, you got a smudge on your glasses that's making it hard for you to see in the first place.
True.
Joseph, you have the perfect bird's eye view because your ability is still on him, and from what you can see, there is nothing and nobody around him. Not even Stan is with him anymore.
Huh.
Joseph takes note of this and does look at Ace. So you really are just out here alone with no witnesses. And that is a pretty ballsy move, especially when we pretty much have gathered who you are under that hood.
Thank you for the input, Sonny.
Yeah, you tell him, Sonny.
Then this conversation is long overdue.
Yeah, the feeling's mutual. When I cracked open that helmet of yours, I saw a noteworthy scar, and even your voice tone is similar. And the way you move like Thunder Force.
By the way, are you guys still in the car?
No,
we've gotten out of the car and we're doing like the Power Rangers lineup, but without the poses.
We're doing the Western standoff here. Don't worry about it.
Making sure.
But yeah, and as much as I didn't want to believe it at first, there's way too many coincidences that point otherwise. Isn't that right, Harkin?
He reaches up and takes his helmet off, and it is indeed Harkin.
Okay, cool. Who would have thunk?
Alrighty, let me put this down in my notes that it is confirmed.
Wow. I've sure met this Harkin guy a lot.
Joseph will real quick continue in his observation as he walks up closer to Harkin. The breadcrumbs were there to follow from the start. We came to the island, got swarmed by marauders, and who was it who first arrived on the scene before anyone else could, to address us as heroes? Don't you think that's kind of weird? Especially when we've learned that, well, someone has been making them late to every marauder call?
Yes, it's almost like there was a reason for that.
Yeah, well, we've got your identity pinned down. Though granted, we don't exactly know much else. but you're clearly not here to be a hostile dickhead, so...
Not today. You have done exactly what I needed you to do. I feel you've earned a little bit of information.
Well, start spilling information then. What's your game? Why throw in your lot with the Marauders?
And he just looks at you. I'm an immigrant to this land, United States military, deployed here 10 years ago. My mission was likely the same as yours. Find out what makes this place so specifically indestructible, see if it can be replicated for military purposes, and discover what happened to the soldiers that were sent in before me. We carried out our mission as best we could, and our conclusion came down to a unique magic we simply could not pin down the nature of. And he just looks at all of you. But being unable to leave and being unable to defeat the Masters meant our mission was ultimately a failure. After certain incidents, we dissolved our group and became members of society, some of us in the Thunder Force, myself included. When the Marauders became an active threat, I did everything I could to stop them. But nothing we did was ever enough. Every time we put one away, two more would appear.
Yeah, extremist regimes just be like that, but that doesn't explain why you decided to turn traitor to those in need.
I made a raid on their organization and tried to take it down from the inside out, and I failed. But I earned an audience with their crooked king, and he showed me so much. I learned who he was that day, and he showed me the island itself is to blame for everything. The people stay prisoners on this island, attack each other out of misery, promote that attitude to the next people, and more join in to spread the misery. An unending cycle that will only grow unless we all get off this island. So I struck a deal with him. I helped him craft their organized ranking system to coordinate and track their forces, fudged information on reports, and misdirected the Thunder Force during deployment calls. And in exchange, he swore to free the people from this accursed island. But at the exact same time, I did not let him go unchecked. Anytime he made a push against the people that was deemed too dangerous, I made sure that something, and he looks at all of you, or someone, was always there with just enough information to put a stop to that plan. Call it hedging my bets.
You mean to tell us you've been playing double agent to both sides?
No other tactic would have worked.
Joseph will then just give an exasperated laugh. So, you were sent here not to fully do what we were sent here to do, but to find some way to weaponize the resources for the US government?
And he just stares at you. You sound almost surprised.
Well, the sad joke is, I'm not. I had a falling out with the president near the end of World War II. You know what that asshole wanted me to do? He wanted me to be his #1 bodyguard. A peace treaty deal for any president that came in. I mean, after all, I'm ageless, durable even, and I have the experience. Any other guy would have taken that deal. But after what I've lost, I told him to go fuck himself and punched him in the face. I haven't been in contact up until recently with any kind of political figure to boot.
I imagine the role has changed hands by now, but I doubt any difference has been made. In any case, I felt that after every interaction we've had, every obvious trust mishap that has come our way, you'd earned a little bit of information. Understand that everything I do is for the sake of the people. I am here to free them, by whatever means I can get. It just so happened that Crooked King was the first one with any real idea as to how to make it happen, even if he will not fully reveal the details to me.
We've been going about it a sort of different way, gathering the regalias.
You've been going about it the way he refuses to. He wants nothing to do with the Masters.
Yeah, we gathered that already when he threatened to put a gold bullet through their eyes, his words exactly.
While I don't fully understand what this gold medal is, I do know that it is a threat to all of them.
Oh, it's a threat more than just them.
What gets me the most here, because I've seen this similar pattern before in my experience. Something makes you miserable. You want to change it. So you go about the unstandardized way of doing it. You form a big-ass regime, an army of sorts. And then when you finally complete your supposed goal, something tells me he's going to get to the last part of wanting more and more. And we exactly don't want a repeat of that in history, for the billionth time.
And his gaze suddenly turns sharp. I agree. That's why I started changing my opinion. His plans have been getting more erratic and more dangerous, to the point where even my team cannot keep the people safe 100% of the time. It genuinely bothers me that there has been a casualty along the way, but you have done what should not have been possible. I am starting to believe that maybe you might be our solution off this island in the first place. Even if it is not entirely clear that doing what you're doing will get us off the island, I now believe you may be just as qualified an option to get us off this island.
Well, if the legends are true, I hope we can get this accomplished the way it was intended and get everyone off of this island. As much as there's a lot of negative things I can say about the world outside, primarily through grief and what I've been unable to accomplish in life that I desired, it can still be a pretty good place to live in. But I bring up the morbid detail of your crooked king wanting more and more because, well, the way he talked about the domain masters, it wasn't just the whole, oh, I gotta make this dream come true and whatnot. He spoke with a vitriolic hate that many dictators have spoken with in their time.
His hatred, it does feel irrational, which is one reason I do not fully trust him, among the many. At this point, I believe it to be an arms race. Whichever one of you can get us off the island first is the one who has earned my trust. Until then, I will continue to play both sides of the fence and make sure that the people are protected as best as possible, limiting damage to property and value and things that can be replaced. I'd rather not have another casualty on our hands if I can at all avoid it.
Trust me, the feeling's mutual on the casualty front. I mean, hell, I had to save the pawn shop owner from getting a tomahawk embedded in his skull one time.
That reminds me, actually. And he turns to Gregory. Well, it has been some years. It is good to see you again. I still have to repay you for what you did for myself and my team.
I remember you now. From the drill.
Correct.
Now, I was wondering this entire time why you looked so familiar. And Gregory has just been deep in thought ever since he took off his mask.
I half expected him to say who the hell are you?
I really expect that as well.
That's what Suba the person says.
Ah, funny.
If Gregory had the dementia of Joe Biden, that would be so funny.
It really would be kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
That's
kind of how I've been playing
can't
it.
Remember his predictions.
That's kind of how I've been playing it out for him, because it's like, he is such a carefree individual, the only way that it makes sense is if he doesn't remember anything clearly beyond a certain point.
It's true.
We'll be in touch, I'm sure.
Listen, I know that it's been revealed that you're an on and off ally at the moment, but if we do have to fight again, all I'm gonna say is, I may end up landing the third shot on an ace, which is bad luck, and you will have to owe me a beer afterwards if you recover just fine.
I will pay your bar tab for a year if you get us off the island first.
And I'll take you to the fanciest bar I know off the island.
Oh, and before I forget, I understand that King Akarui has been looking for you. He is not a man you should keep waiting. And then he just suddenly darts off in a bolt.
Listen, all I'm
Wait.
He comes back with no battle damage. It's gonna be suspicious.
Hardy har, you have no way of you have no way of knowing that's going to be suspicious to him.
Listen, all I will say in advance, the drink offering is not only on the table, but it's less of a, hey, I know, hey, you and I acquaintances. No, this is fucking soldier to soldier talk.
Yeah, it really would be at that point. Oh, and by the way, it just so happens that the part of the business district that you are in is not even a 5-minute walk from the center of the city where King Akarui currently is.
Funniest shit ever.
How awfully convenient.
Yes, how convenient that he just happened to hurdle you toward the center of the city where he knew that King Akarui was wanting to talk to you guys.
Yep.
Well, unfortunately, it's lunchtime, so I think we need to go grab something to eat. Luckily, we're in the center of town.
Imagine. You know what, I was going to say, what we ought to do? We just invite King Akarui out to lunch, but I have a sneaking suspicion whatever he wants to talk to us about is probably better off not said amongst the public.
Possibly.
Because
You better have lunch.
everything he tells us is better off not said amongst
That
the
is
public.
true. Also, don't forget that for some reason you didn't hear Nash speak when he called in, and you were a little curious about that, so you can take care of both of these problems.
Oh, that's also true, yeah.
He's recovering from getting beat.
Well,
I mean, he's
well,
probably asleep, in all fairness, because, last night he was up all night, to relieve us from watching over his machine parts.
Well, that interaction did lead a lot of lore, and you now know the reason why Joseph punched the president.
Mm-hmm. And you know why Harkin's been playing both sides of the fence.
Yep. We're delving into much needed lore.
I'm pretty sure I said the only reason his actions make sense is if he's playing both sides of the fence, and now
Yes,
we do have
and you turned out to be
information.
right.
I mean, I'm not sure I agree with his methods, but I mean, honestly, a double agent is better than an enemy, I guess.
Listen, all I'm
Lesser
gonna
of three
say.
evils.
Yeah, a double agent.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is that we have an agent on the inside who is starting to believe, oh yeah, we're if we don't stop this man, he's gonna be Hitler 2.0. We gotta fucking band together.
Well, now you know Heinrich Himmler over here is ready to pull the trigger if it gets too bad.
Listen, Nashi, you're showing a goddamn World War II veteran too many goddamn similarities with this regime. All right, he's gonna make that conclusion.
I'm sure. All right, so where do you want to go now?
I guess, he said it. I guess we better go talk to King Akarui.
Yeah, and then we gotta see Conroy again.
You know what? You know what we should have done?
What?
We should have asked him if he knew the identities of the other face members.
Oh, fucking duh.
Yeah, that probably would help.
Maybe not.
I mean, we can edit that in post if we desire.
I guess I could. I mean, if you want to.
I'm gonna say the opportunity's passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not too late. I could chase him down.
Hardy hard.
Nah, never mind.
Yeah, you're fast. I don't think you're speed of lightning.
Nah.
Listen.
You want to put a fucking bet on that?
Well, as soon as Chimo figures out the Thunder Force Zappy Zap speed, we can give it a test.
Yeah, theoretically.
Listen, he's a double agent, so chances are we'll be able to talk with him again at some point if we do something major against the goddamn Marauders. Then we can ask him then.
Actually, that's a very interesting question. Can Chimo even learn the Thunder Forces thing? Because her whole shtick is she can only use pink and white magic, but she uses them better.
I'll be perfectly honest. She cannot learn that exact version of it, but what she can do is she can use pink magic to basically teleport herself from place to place, or she could use white magic and basically do a Frozone.
Didn't Miranda do pink magic teleport? Wait a minute, teleporting is a pink magic thing?
It's space magic, it's location.
Oh yes, I will casually open up a fucking black hole in the middle of the city to travel through dimensions with.
I'm guessing you never really thought about how the spells work. When it comes to pink magic, it's not actually creating these objects, it's opening up a window in space and teleporting these objects to you.
Jesus.
So what you're saying is that all this time, I could have went into a fucking space magic swordsman and recreated Virgil and named him Virgin. Cool.
Sure.
You know I had to make the joke.
No, I don't
City
mind.
Hall.
Upon arriving at the Capitol building, you see somebody different sitting in Nash's desk. It's a parakeet woman with a long swooping head of blonde hair in a lime green dress, her gold name tag reading Cersei, and she does not look happy.
Hello?
The Rio Free movie is looking really weird.
And she looks up at you. Are you the supposed King of Kings?
Yeah, that's what people keep calling us.
She immediately grabs a clipboard and stands up. Please follow me. And she marches you quickly through the office area and right to King Akarui's door. No kindness, no nonsense, just pure professionalism and attitude.
If you don't mind my asking, what happened to Nash?
And she just turns to you. I do not know. I only know I am supposed to be here in his place for the day. And she opens up the door.
Duly noted. Have a good one.
Okay, it's
Before we do enter, Joseph will whisper up to Barry. I mean, given how overworked the man was, he's probably in hibernation right about now.
Well, that actually is a pretty fair point.
Inside his office, you see a concerned Akarui reviewing and signing a pile of documents a foot high on either side of his desk. And Circe practically pushes you into his office and shuts the door behind you all.
Damn, okay.
Akarui, do you ever get hand cramps from signing your name on these papers so much?
He pauses for a moment and drops the pen, looking up to your group, and he just looks very stressed out. I used to, but after a while, you just kind of learn to ignore the hand cramps.
What you need is one of them stamps with your signature. That way you can just bop, bop, and like Barry will mime it out, just bop, bop.
Yeah, wait, hold on. You just gave me
Barry's
the
too nonchalant for this shit.
Kind of.
Exactly. Ignis gets it. Anyway, serious time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he leans back in his chair. I appreciate you showing up, although I am surprised you didn't get here any sooner. I assume you've had a very busy morning.
Yeah, we had a run-in with the Marauders. We got another regalia, busy life. I'm sure you understand.
I do, and that's actually part of the reason I called you here. But first things first. He reaches into his desk and pulls out a blank sheet of paper and puts a couple of pens on the table. We received an interesting report, an anonymous tip, if you will, about a certain incident taking place in the gated community. He just grins at you a little. This document reviews the number of people that were spotted involved with the incident, the rough estimate of the location of where it took place, and what the ultimate end result of what happened that night was. If you were to have a look at this anonymous tip, what would your opinion of this be?
Can I have a look?
Let's pick it up, have a look. What's
It's
the
a
tip
blank
say?
sheet of paper with 2 pens.
Shit. Hold on. This is too big brain for the level of brain cells I have right now. Hold on, guys. How do we like give an anonymous tip as to what happened, but not incriminate ourselves? But leave out just enough information.
Well,
okay. You know what? Hold on. Let's get a starting point here.
Okay, so
There was an altercation between some number of individuals in the Marauders. We say that much.
Alright, good start.
they seem to have cracked a pipe and another guy was smoking.
Hardy har.
Do we make note of do I give so it'd be an estimated 5 mysterious individuals against 5 Marauders. We could probably just say it ended in a stalemate, and both individuals and both groups retreated in different directions.
Okay, and...
okay, to be fair, I'm not saying that is what we're putting down. I'm saying that as, hey, group, what do you think? This is a collaborative effort here. Y'all letting me talk too much. I'm not smart enough for this shit.
I was gonna say, you could write it down like they were just rumors you heard around the grapevine around that area.
Well, this is being framed as an anonymous tip from an eyewitness, so Akarui is implying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we don't want to incriminate ourselves, so I'm getting
Exactly, yeah.
mixed signs here.
That's why the things I'm saying are very vague.
Well,
Roughly 5 individuals having an altercation with supposed marauders.
That's why I say, to not incriminate us, to tie us to that event. We make it seem like a rumor we heard about, the people, quote-unquote, responsible.
Perhaps we mention the tipster in question witnessed a group of people taking boxes to the sewers.
Okay.
Seemingly being commanded by these 4 or 5 masked individuals. Not long afterwards, the explosion occurred.
Interesting.
So we're just gonna frame the faces as having bombed the place. Actually, that works out the best in our favor.
Yeah.
Actually, it does.
And that also leads up to the idea that it was probably Marauder involved, because they're known to wear face coverings.
Actually, yeah.
True.
Hold on. He's cooking.
Yeah,
I mean,
it came to me while I was peeing.
European.
I'm
oh my,
peeing.
Oh my god, wait, hold up. Given how his future sight spontaneously occurs, has Gregory ever just gotten a random fucking future vision while on the toilet?
Probably.
Absolutely.
Or
Speaking
he's
of
like,
future
or,
visions,
or,
Nanashi.
or actually funnier, he's like sleeping, right? He's snoring loudly, he's having the best dream of his life. Bam, future vision, and he wakes up in a fright falling off of his bed.
Let's say, do you think he's
That's
had
called a
dreams?
deja vu dream.
I'm about to say, do you
First
think
and
he's just
foremost.
had dreams where his future sight is procced, but he wrote it off because he thought it was just a normal ass dream?
I mean,
Why
don't
possible?
we all?
These are all the wrong questions.
Yeah. We're getting wildly off track for a guy who only has so much time.
Yeah, I know. I do apologize, but
No, it's not
listen,
your fault.
Yeah, okay.
Gregory's future vision just has a lot of fucking funny implications.
It does.
It does.
But let's get back on
Okay.
topic while we still have time.
So, let's get this. I'm gonna try and summarize this in a very straight, succinct fashion to make sure we all agree upon it. An anonymous tip came from an eyewitness that saw certain individuals carrying a bunch of boxes into a sewer entrance, and the individuals seemed to be under the command of, or the group seemed to be under the, or taking the orders of how many faces are there? Five masked individuals.
Okay, but one of
And we
them
just
has
leave our
officially left, right?
Yeah, but you don't necessarily need to give them that information unless you want to.
And so we leave it at 4, no?
Yeah, you could say 4 or 5.
Yep, actually, you know what? Yeah, probably just say 4. So, are we as a group in agreement that is what the air quotes anonymous tipper is going to have said, tipped to the Thunder Force and King Akarui?
That sounds good.
I'm trying to
I know,
get votes, people. This is a democracy. Speak up.
Listen, I made it clear that I'm fine with either because I just assumed we were going with Supa's suggestion.
I also
I'm trying to
assumed
speed
that.
this up.
All right, Inashi, that's what appears on the piece of paper.
All right. He'll take the
Namek
paper
will blow
and
up in 5 minutes. Quick.
Gary, there's a bomb strapped to my chest. It's gonna blow up in 5 seconds if we don't finish the session. I'm sorry.
It's fine. He picks up the paper and gives it a once-over. Well, I personally found this information to be very insightful, wouldn't you?
You know, it's it doesn't have a lot of detail, but it is very interesting. You know, it paints a certain picture given what we read in the newspaper this morning.
Speaking of, I'm sure that Jacob down at the newspaper will be very thrilled to get this information. I'll be dropping it off to him later today when I go to lunch.
Enjoy.
Now that brings me to the second matter, though. I understand you've been making great strides in your regalia collecting, yes?
Oh yeah, as of this morning, we've reached the halfway mark.
Well, I believe that you and I are all aware that at some point that means that you're going to have to challenge me for mine as well.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, I had a feeling that was going to be the case, despite my many warnings and precautions, so I had an idea that might make this more entertaining for everyone involved.
I do love entertaining the masses.
Then you will love this one. I was thinking I make an island-wide announcement through the newspaper saying that you guys are going to challenge me for my regalia in combat tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning?
Yes.
Ooh.
We could make it into
Oh.
a big city-wide spectacle down in the sports zone arenas.
Ooh. You guys need to understand, this is me, the player, making noises, but I need to understand Barry's reaction is probably not that far off. Just,
Listen, he gets
I
to
like
be an
this idea.
he gets to be an entertainer again.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Joseph is just kind of like whatever, man.
And given that tomorrow happens to be Friday, I feel like that would be a fantastic way to set off the weekend.
And then Ignis is gonna speak up and say, so basically what you're saying is we're gonna put on a little show.
Oh, definitely going to be putting on a show, yes. The greatest spectacle the island has seen in some time, if I can frame it properly.
Listen, I need you to get me in touch with whoever's doing the promo material, because like this is my specialty.
The promotion will be handled by the newspaper company, same as the rest.
Oh. Barry's face kind of drops a bit because.
But if you did want to discuss specifics with them, I would not be opposed to you doing that. I'll be going there first, and you can follow up later.
Alrighty, that sounds like a plan. I'm excited. Is it like a? You said the arena's down in the sports zone. Is it big? We've not really been to the sports zone yet. My monitors fell asleep.
The arena is basically a giant stone floor arena. There's actually several for practicing, so we could actually have our pick of the litter since nobody normally uses them on weekday mornings. Bear in mind that these things will basically look like smaller versions of Cell's arena from the Cell games.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so exciting.
Now, since I know you are very busy in performing your regalia tasks, I'm going to go ahead and let you go, but I did have one last question before you take off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you noticed that Nash is not here. Have you seen him at all recently? He didn't show up for work today. And I can't get a hold of him. He's not answering his phone.
Well, okay. The answer to that is yes. So, Nanash, I need to approach you as a player. I just need to make sure I have my timeline straight in my head because I get confused. It was last night in game that we did the thing for Nash and he let us off.
That is correct.
See, yesterday he was, very bedraggled and like with a dead man walking in his demeanor. And he told us he had his kind of plate full doing the work here and also helping manage the project down at the science place. Insert correct words here because Atlas is stupid. So he asked us if we would go watch that for him, make sure there was no break-ins or whatnot for the supplies for his thing. Barry says the right words, but I get it. I've forgotten.
You're such a way with words.
I know.
And you see him immediately flop back down into his chair, and all the stress on his face is just gone. Oh, thank goodness. I am constantly keeping a very close eye on him, and not knowing where he was very stressful for me.
Yeah. He let us off about, Nanashi, what time was it? He let us off watch about midnight?
About midnight.
He let us off about midnight, and that was the last we saw him, and he looked a lot better. So I imagine he's still sleeping, if I had to guess.
If he's still asleep, then that's good enough for me. You do not understand just how helpful that information is. I have been watching him non-stop for the last 10 years. He is one of the last survivors of the drill explosion incident, and I do not let him out of my sight if I don't have to.
Oh.
Well, all I'm going to say is you have a hard worker on your hands, and he was just been stressed out and exhausted, probably hibernating right now.
Arguably too hard of a worker. Like, I'm all about doing that grind, but like, if you kill yourself for exhaustion, what was the grind for,
Well, in his case, he has a very, very good reason to be working so hard. I assume he mentioned to you about the drill incident, yes?
We've heard bits and pieces about it over the past several days.
I was there. I can tell you everything you need to know. Back when my team first arrived, there was no Marauder threat, so the Thunder Force was just a rudimentary police force. We had to beg and plead to get any kind of real assignment other than routine patrols of the city and the domains, and after our very, very poor reaction to dealing with challenges with the domain masters, we kind of wanted to avoid that. And we eventually got one, a security detail guarding up parascientists, Mr. and Mrs. Raposa.
Nash's parents.
Correct. They were debuting a drill that could possibly dig our way out of the city rather than challenge the masters. The plan was to drill through the island floor into the earth below it and tunnel just deep enough to create a path to the nearest landmass. I believe they were going for a Zealandia, partly submerged, easier to drill to. But while they worked, they asked us to keep an eye on their son, an angsty goth punk of 17. Their words, not mine. And I personally took that responsibility and tailed him everywhere he went while the others watched the Raposas, and he was surprisingly good at getting away from me. And it was noon when they finally turned the drill on. They broke the ground as easily as any other land. Their drill tunneled downward slowly but smoothly, and it seemed like everything was going fine. But at a certain depth, something went wrong. For reasons we still don't fully understand, the drill just exploded. Investigations suggested the drill head couldn't handle the force and ruptured, which made the whole machine explode. And it took the lives of both Raposas and nearly every scientist that was involved with that project. It almost took ours too, but thankfully Gregory was there to save Jensen, Valios, and Professor Whitmore.
I do remember that.
Everybody else who was not involved with this was knocked out by the concussive force of that explosion, and when we all woke up, I couldn't find Nash. He was gone. My team and I scoured that city every day for a week, hoping he was alive somewhere, and one day he just kind of turned up in his own home, and he looked so broken. I made a promise to his parents I'd keep an eye on him, and now that they were gone, I couldn't let myself break that promise. Not when I was handed a second chance to make good on it. I walked away from the team the next day, and decided to be something far more influential, and ended up running to be the next ruler. It let me have a hand in all active projects, so I could minimize the risks of that ever happening again. And every ruler needs an aide.
Fair enough. Oof. Can't imagine what that must be like.
You don't even want to know. I know Joseph there is a wartime soldier, but there are some explosions that you should not have walked away from.
Say, Akarui, may I drop a theory upon you that I've been working on regarding this drill explosion in connection with some other things?
You are more than welcome to.
So, I'm basically gonna tell him the things we've know and learned about the gold medal and how it, namely in response to how it responds with physical contact to normal metal. Fireworks.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to drop on him I'm going to start with that. I'm then going to go into the fact that by funneling MP into this stuff, it's constantly regenerating. And if necessary, I'll demonstrate with one of Ignis's gold swords. Hey, Ignis, can I borrow that for a minute? Thanks. Anyways. Sorry.
Didn't even give me a chance. Didn't even give me a chance to respond, okay?
Yeah, that was the point. From there, I'm going to explain my theory that I think all this gold medal stuff is coming from one large source that's just constantly being regenerated and having weapons and shit hacked off of it. And I'm then finally going to finish it off with, I kind of have a theory that maybe the drill explosion was caused by hitting a large amount of this gold ore alloy that was under the island, and maybe it got there or maybe it was put there as part of the island's construction. That part's fuzzy, like that part's like got a lot less like
clarity,
like ground behind it. You know what I mean?
No pun intended.
Figuratively speaking, but that's just kind of my that I'm basically gonna end off with. That's kind of my theory in a way. It explains why the Marauders have a seemingly never-ending supply of this junk.
Interesting. That is a valid theory, and it does hold a lot of weight. The question at that point would be how the gold medal got there in the first place.
And that is the million-dollar question, or I guess Z, as it were.
Right. Well, that is definitely food for thought. I will process that and see if maybe I can find something that might help with that. Actually, I'm not really sure what to do with this information.
Yeah, I know. Neither are we, because we've already been to the library this morning, and we made some shocking discoveries there about it, but not anything helpful. I guess now that I've said it, I'm going to go ahead and tell him that whenever Conroy's library tries to extract information regarding this gold medal, it just doesn't. So I guess we'll go ahead and tell him that now.
And you see him deep in thought. That doesn't make sense.
Well, according to what we've learned, your island was made by a lot of seemingly unconventional means, so I'm not even surprised at this point.
I guess I will go ahead at this time share with him my theories regarding the crooked cutlass, basically leading into, well, there is one theory in which it makes sense, but I don't like it. Basically implying that, it's basically implying, I'm going to tell him my theory that the Crooked King's crooked cutlass. Oh wait, shit. We can't really tell him about that because he doesn't know. Well, can we talk about that in a way that doesn't reveal that we saw that last night?
Yeah, I don't think you can bring that up.
What if we just call it a previous interaction at some point?
Yeah, you could probably get away with that.
Yeah, we'll just say, well, I forget exactly when it was, because, it's been a very long week, but at some point over the past week, we had a run-in with the Crooked King, a yada 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 crooked cutlass theory that it behaves like a gold regalia, which shouldn't exist, but way too much circumstantial evidence supporting that theory.
He suddenly drops his gaze down to the table, and you can just see the cogs in his head turning. Okay, that is gonna take some time to process. I definitely believe I need my lunch break now after all that.
Honestly, you know what? We was kind of thinking much the same. What if we all just go out for a group lunch together?
You know what? That sounds like a fantastic idea. He leads your group out, and you all can go basically anywhere you want to eat. But on your way out, he's going to look over at Circe and say, "We're leaving for lunch. Hold my calls." And Circe just stares at him with a look of, "Oh God, what have you just done to me?" He doesn't like her either.
That's hilarious. Everybody everybody loves Nash. Everyone hates this person whose name
Circe.
I've already
God
forgotten.
forbid.
Circe.
Everyone
God
hates
forbid
Circe.
she just does her job, bro. What's wrong? Y'all such haters, bro.
Everyone that hates
Circe.
Circe, a sitcom
Circe.
coming to this channel.
Isn't well, now that I see it spelled, isn't that a name somewhere in Greek mythology?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's the fucking enchantress in the Odyssey who turns people into animals.
She's the creator of the island. That's why there's so
Arr.
many furries.
She created the furry race that dominates the human race in this world.
I mean, to be fair, the one who created Diadem and the one who created the furry race are the same person. We know those are both incidents incited by Zeroth.
Okay.
Put up, brother.
Zeroth? That's a weird way to pronounce Circe.
Okay, I have 2 minutes left, so as we're walking down to lunch, Joseph is gonna look at Akarui, because you know what, I may as well drop a bit more cool Joseph lore before I have to head off.
Sure.
When you brought up the explosion back at the drill and said that despite me being a soldier boy, there were some experiences that no one should survive, it got me thinking of the days and where, I gotta admit, in hindsight, I was stupidly lucky. I mean, on the battlefield, we did have our fair share of buildings falling on top of us after a mission. But then again, we did have someone who knew earth magic, so getting out of the rubble was fairly easy. And I was the team medic, so we didn't really have any casualties. But ever since becoming ageless per se, I've learned the level of my durability in ways I don't think I should have.
He just smiles at you a little and picks up the regalia currently hanging from his neck. You know, I can honestly say that I relate.
After the war and after the glorified pilgrimage I was on, that would eventually bring me back stateside, there were just moments where I had to do a whole lot, because like I said, I'm durable, but I'm not exactly invincible. It more so just holds me together. I remember a time someone that I was after, they cut my leg off and I had to literally cauterize it back together.
And you see Akarui just shudder. That is an injury I would never wish on anyone.
Yeah,
You tell the darndest stories when we're eating, Joseph.
Yeah.
Well, we aren't eating yet. We're walking. We're walking.
Yeah, you guys
to
are
the
just
flat.
walking down.
Oh, okay. I was under the assumption we kind of time skipped and we were sitting down.
No. This is on your way
Okay.
down to the far end of the
Just
business
some-
district where the restaurants are.
Just
Yeah.
some little kid eavesdropping on our conversation hears about someone losing their leg and having to burn it back on.
Listen,
Oh, God.
what I can say about Joseph's quote unquote durability, thanks to the fucking chrono magic that's circulating through his systems, because it is a heavy inspiration too. You all remember the Berserker armor from Berserk? That fucking
Nope.
It's a curse suit of armor that basically says, "Oh, we'll hold you together just fine, and you'll feel no pain." But if you lose all of your blood and if your muscles are torn, we will forcefully put you back together. But if you lose all of your blood, then you're just fucking dead. It's not a healing factor. It's just
Nope.
I'm propping you up. Good luck.
It's not healing, it's duct tape.
Basically.
Anytime there's a grievous injury on Joseph, he has to patch him up himself. That's the caveat. But yeah, it is time for me to go and get ready. I hope the funny details satisfied you all.
Oh, it did. It gave us a lot to think about.
Good to know.
Anyway, keep me updated on what happens, rest, or I'll just watch it, honestly.
Bye-bye. Alright, now my time's ticking down.
Oh, how long do you have?
57 minutes. Roughly.
You have an hour. Okay. So we'll try and get through this. You guys all head down to the restaurant area in the back part of the business district where, as we've mentioned before, there's a myriad of different restaurant options, and you guys can all pick wherever it is you want to eat, get whatever food you want to get, and you can also sit down and enjoy it in one giant communal meal area.
Honestly, Barry's gonna ask Akarui, like, which is your favorite place? You know, that's what I want to try, because Barry's not had a lot of the places around here just because we do a lot of our cooking at home.
You know what? That's actually a fair question. Give me 1 sec.
But yeah, basically what Barry's gonna do is just wherever Akarui goes and whatever he buys, Barry is gonna like times 2 it.
You mean
Because,
times 2 as in order double portions, or times 2 it as in
No,
okay.
but Barry's gonna order his own of the same thing.
Making sure.
No, I have no intention of sharing an ice cream sundae with this man. That'd be a little weird.
Akarui decides to go back to the original meat restaurant you guys went to, Wayland's, and you run back into the Black Mamba man, Wayland, that you met after you guys first arrived on the island. He asks him to prepare a plate of lean meat sirloin strips. And while that's frying, he hops across the way down to the dessert restaurant, Max's, where you see it's being ran by a snow leopard man with black hair tied back wearing a good old-fashioned milk bar outfit, and his golden name tag says Max. He asks Max for a blueberry milkshake to be prepared, and in the amount of time it took him to prepare said blueberry milkshake, his lean meat sirloin strips have officially been fully cooked.
Alright.
Isn't he a lion?
No,
he's
Akarui's
he's
a bird.
He's like a hummingbird, ain't he?
He's a violet bird of a non-distinct species. I have a running joke in my head. It's actually Alice's character. I have a running suspicion that he's a crossbreed between like a red robin and a blue jay, but I have no confirmation.
I'm gonna be
We
honest.
just don't know.
I have to make a confession. I know it's Alice's character because Alice has shown me some of the artwork.
I'm sure she has.
Very good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs up.
And I believe Barry said he was going to request the same thing?
Yeah. Damn it, now I'm hungry.
I
I keep telling people, it's like, I'm not fat, but I'm a fat person at heart.
can tell.
I love food so much.
And while you guys are sitting down, you happen to get approached by 2 other familiar people. Jensen and Valios join you for lunch.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, everybody's on their lunch
Right.
break, it appears. The other 2 commanders of the Thunder Force, the Human Woman and the Gila Monster Man.
Thank you.
So
You're welcome.
So basically, Akarui, Jensen, Valios, and Harkin, like I have a suspicion that I'm gonna ask in character, but I have a suspicion. I think they all came to the island together.
Yeah.
Like they
were
seem
pa-
like very tight knit.
Well, they are, because as Akarui mentioned to you a long time ago, they were all part of the same team.
Yeah. Well, I knew he said they were the same. Well, see, okay. At the time, I thought that was just referring to the regalia hunting days.
No, he was specifically saying that they were part of the team that came to the island at the same time together.
Okay. Well, shit. Does that mean they're all? Is Akarui also ex-U.S. military in that case?
Yes.
I mean, I guess that makes sense because we know he can fight. Like we know they did. Akarui's their stealth specialist too.
Akarui is Solid Snake.
Hilarious. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyways, Jensen and Valios approach from the corner, and you see them sit down on a table, on a nearby table, and pull it closer so that you guys can all kind of eat together. And Akarui's a little surprised to see them, but he definitely does not mind the conversation.
Fun.
While they're there, Jensen points out, "So Akarui, have you had a chance to talk with them about setting up your challenge?" And Akarui's like, "Yep, we have it set up for tomorrow morning." And Valios goes, "Well, as it happens, we wanted to talk to them about something similar." And Jensen just nods a little. "We have noticed that with all this Marauder nonsense, that our soldiers are feeling a little, what's the word? undervalued, underappreciated, miserable, and we kind of wanted to give them a show to make them feel a little more, energized and involved in things. We were wondering if you'd be willing to join us this evening for an exhibition match.
That could be. I mean, hear me out. We could just do this all at the same time. Regalia hunters of yesterdecade versus the Regalia hunters of today, 4v4.
And Valios nods a little with that idea. That is a fantastic idea, but there is a couple of problems with that. Namely being that Harkonnen is doing everything everywhere all at once, and we can't pin him down long enough to give him a bite to eat, let alone a conversation.
Yeah. He does seem to be awful busy.
And Jensen nods. So even if we wanted to involve him in this, it wouldn't exactly be an easy task. It might just be easier for the two of us to challenge you later today, and you challenge Akarui tomorrow morning, I'm assuming? That was what we discussed? And Akarui nods a little.
Dang, the promotional material on that would have gone so crazy.
Valios agrees. Yes, it would have. But at the end of the day, this particular engagement we're proposing is purely for the people in the Thunder Force. We have a lot of new recruits that joined us recently, and they just are not feeling what we feel when it comes to being part of the team. What our theory is if we can get them to see their leaders involved in true combat, it might spark an idea. And, of course, we wouldn't ask you to do this for free. In fact, we had a little proposition for you, specifically.
Like a little something of a wager?
And Jensen chimes in, something like that. Essentially, it works like this. We know you're hunting the Regalia, which means at some point you're going to come after our bosses, being Fulmo, and you're going to try and get his. We also understand that you have won every Regalia challenge you come across so far. Is that correct?
Yeah, we have a winning streak going on. As of we was telling Akarui this earlier when we were meeting with him, but as of this morning, we're halfway there.
And Valius chimes back in. If that is the case, what we'd like to propose is this. We want you to challenge Fulmo and attempt to win his Regalia. We think that if you do win it, it will be a fantastic sign that not everyone is unbeatable, but a good requires effort and energy, and insert multiple other empowering words here. What we think is if you have the Regalia and we challenge you, the two of us could then become, theoretically, the next wielders of it. Imagine how amazing publicity that would be for the first and second commanders to be the holders of the Regalia for the Thunder Force's greatest icon. And Jensen jumps back in. But, of course, that means that you'd have to win that Regalia, which with your track record, I don't doubt. Obviously, we would not want you to take it from him, but if you do, it creates an opportunity for us. Here's what we would propose. We would challenge you to a legitimate combat challenge. If we win, we would obviously get, specifically, the Lightning Regalia. But if you win, we'd be willing to let you raid the unclaimed evidence locker at the Thunder Force's main office.
Oh. I imagine there's a lot of stuff in there.
And Valios nods his head very quickly. Unclaimed weapons, items, vehicles, you name it, it is probably there.
Oh, the loot goblin in me is screaming.
How do the magical crimes statistic look on this island? Asking for a friend.
If you win, we would be willing to let you take a reasonable amount of the items that have not been claimed for over 12 months. Consider it an opportunity to get to it before we have a chance to auction it off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited. That's Atlas the player.
So, would that be an idea you guys would be interested in taking part in? Making a little show of it?
Oh, I mean, I said it before, I'll say it again. Burry loves entertaining the masses.
Let's certainly prefer that kind of show to the show they want us to do tomorrow morning.
So then, with that in mind, that means that you're basically locking in that you will challenge Fulmo at some point in the evening phase of the day. Is that something you guys will agree to?
Yeah.
The unfortunate thing is, we don't have a non-combat challenge for Fulmo.
Well, that is true, but you do have one possibility. You know so far that aside from being all about justice, everything to do with lightning magic is about speed. maybe you could challenge him to a race.
Did somebody say speed?
Well, we could. We
Wait,
could.
Hold on. Would that be in drive?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so theoretically, if we were to like challenge them to a race, then like I could like most likely like
The question is, are y'all faster than lightning?
That is an interesting
Well, I mean-
I'd be
question.
willing to put my bet on it.
The metric for the speed is kind of teetering in an odd way in your guys' favor. You don't realize exactly how fast and strong you really are anymore.
I have an idea. I have an idea. So the bow we just got, wind is also known to be rather fast. So maybe with that we could boost ourselves even further beyond,
Like a tailwind.
like a tailwind.
You know what? That's kind of clever.
Especially for Ignis.
Yeah,
who will
and
be
then if we
flying.
need the fate, if we need to redeem a fate point, we use the regalia holders and declare that. Write that down.
totally. We can all do that.
Yeah. I mean, hell, I have my wings back, so I guess that tailwind really applies to me as well.
We're not letting you race, buddy.
Hey,
Just
I'm gonna
put
make
my
the
hand on your shoulder
attempt.
with that one.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna win, and I know that. I'm gonna make the attempt.
To be fair, you did do the same thing, like in
With
Zahir's
Zahir's
challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
sat in the dune buggy, and it immediately broke under my weight. I didn't even get off the starting line. I forgot about that. I mean, I remembered it happened, but I forgot the exact specifics. Yeah, that was funny.
I'm sure we'll figure something out when it comes time to do this. But in the meantime, they are proposing this to you. Is this something you guys would be interested in doing? Yes or no?
It sounds fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
No.
All right, then we'll
Combat-
plan for that at some
combat
point
is
during the
actually a
evening
challenge?
phase.
Nothing. Just shit talking.
Then we'll plan for this to happen sometime during the evening phase of the day, and we'll worry about that when it gets a little closer to that time frame. You're still pretty early in the afternoon at the moment.
Yeah.
Neat.
I mean, it does kind of lock in that the rest of our afternoon is Conroy and Fulmo in some order.
Well, you don't necessarily have to do full mo during the afternoon. You can do that in the evening, and you got plenty of other regalia you can go for too.
This is also true.
True.
No, if we're gonna go for regalia, we're gonna be using fate points for that. Which I'd rather have fate points for a combat challenge than the skill challenge, I think.
Well, if you were to do a race specifically, you could just spend mana points to increase your drive roll instead of, fate points. So
True.
really,
But I
you'd
can
be
only
fine
go
on
as fast as Ignis mechanically.
that. True, but it's still an option. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and say that you guys agree to this proposition, and when it gets closer to the evening phase, we'll let that happen naturally and integrally as it comes up. But in the meantime, everybody appears to have finished their food, and as it happens, King Akarui decided to pay for your meals, because he's the king. Why wouldn't he have that kind of money?
Yeah, no kidding.
I'd be surprised if he didn't.
And you all go about your merry ways. He goes back onto his duties, and where are you guys going next? I assume to Conroy's?
Yeah, I mean, do we want to do Conroy's without
Conroy's the
Joseph?
desert, right?
I mean, that's your call. This is also going to be if we do go with the quiz, this will be a challenge where you don't necessarily have to use fate points.
This is also true. I don't know. It just feels rough to do a fate challenge or a regalia challenge without someone here, but I think for the sake of time, we might as well just run it.
Might as well. We do need to get the session a little bit longer.
Yeah.
All right, so
Ooh, I
you
still
guys are
have
heading.
40 minutes.
Yeah. All right, you guys are
Yeah.
heading back to Conroy's. You guys head back inside the domain, and you immediately head back to the library period, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna head to wherever he is, so we gotta find him.
Well, the most likely place for him to be would be the library, which is exactly where he is. In fact, he's thumbing through your guys' book, looking through that information.
Gasp! Who would have ever seen this coming?
And he looks enamored by it.
You still caught in biography, Conroy?
Oh yes, it's a fascinating read. A real page-turner.
Yeah. I know. We lived it.
Oh, of course you did. How silly of me. Alright, so I suppose this means it's finally time for our engagement?
Yep.
Alright, and who will be participating?
I assume all of us.
All 4 of you. Very well. That gives you more opportunities to get the questions right.
I mean, I'd assume
Someone's gonna have to carry it. That person's not me.
Gee, I wonder if there's someone in this campaign that has been taking notes and painstakingly searching through the wiki for information.
Gee, I wonder who.
You got this, gang. I believe in you, gang. I love you wholeheartedly, gang.
Okay.
Alright, so here's how this challenge will work, just to solidify the rules. He's going to ask you 10 questions. You need to get all 10 of them correct. I have gone through the labors with Alice over the last couple of weeks to make sure all these questions are fair, and that all the answers can be found relatively easily if you paid attention or looked through the information on the wiki. But I'm also giving each of you an opportunity to answer, and I'd like you all to agree on the answer. Now, I obviously, Suba isn't going to get most of these because he wasn't here for this part, but if all of you guys can agree on the answers, then I will accept that as the general answer. Does that sound fair?
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Then say the word.
That's all at one at a time or all at once?
I don't care.
Well, I just mean, I'm meaning more the fellas. Is one of us gonna say it, or are all of us gonna say it?
Let's just have one of us say it.
We challenge V.
And Conroy just grins wide. And I accept. And you see the orange ring expand out from his feet, and right before it hits its apex, he says, "The challenge will be a quiz. Best of 10. And that orange turns to gold and becomes the golden wall. Now, I was going to originally have this take place outside of the library, but since this is just a verbal quiz, I don't think there's a need to move it. So we'll just say you guys do it in the middle of the library floor for everybody to see.
Yeah, fair.
These poor people
We're
just love
just
to read their
sitting
books in
down
peace.
on floor pillows with our legs crossed.
Alright, question 1. While in the blue domain, you discover Doran's daughter Vivid was kidnapped. What color are her eyes?
Oh, they're 2 different colors. They were. Oh,
That's Minx.
okay. No, I thought Vivid's were also 2 different colors.
Vivid's...
Oh shit. Uh-oh. Oh wait, no, I remember. They're blood red, ain't they?
Correct. She is Vivid of the Crimson Eye.
Hey guys, do you all agree with my answer?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Sorry.
he already said the...
I was excited
already-
that you actually got that one right.
There you go. Well, you know, I'm
Yeah,
just
to be-
making sure we all adhere to the rules.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I would have agreed anyways.
Yeah. Alright, question 2. While in the brown domain, you met a few employees at the gym and store, one of whom was a maned wolf woman named Jakira. What part of her body is prosthetic?
One of her arms.
Ooh. Yeah, it's one of her arms. I forgot which side it is, though.
Are you gonna make us?
No. I only need to know what part of it. I don't need to know the left or right.
Okay.
Okay.
Did she rip off our car door?
Yes, she did.
That is
Yeah, she
also the
ripped
one
off
who
our
ripped
car
off our car
door.
door.
So, do you guys agree with the answer being arm?
Yes.
Okay. That is correct.
Ding 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 ding.
Question 3. While in the yellow domain, Chimo was handed a sword by Lind, forged by which 2 domain masters?
Outagan and Cassius.
Do you agree?
Yep. Yeah.
I agree with that answer.
You are correct. Question 4. While in the green domain, after defeating the Marauders that attacked, Corentin invited you into his treehouse home. What did he serve you?
Tea.
Yeah, it's T.
And do you agree, Suba?
Yes.
Correct.
I'm sorry, Suba. He wasn't here for any of these events.
Yeah, that's kind of the reason why I'm making sure that he agrees, because he has to trust that you guys were correct. I was actually going to do this thing where I was going to have you guys do an academics roll to determine who was actually going to give the answers, but that turned it into kind of a Jeopardy thing, and I didn't really like the feel of
He's
it.
back.
Hey!
Okay, I'm pissed.
What happened?
Why?
So after I leave, I get into the shower because, you know,
Mm-hmm.
family gathering event that's going to be pretty far away. And then I give this wonderful detailed explanation of Joseph's durability in hindsight, which is kind of fucked in everyone else's hands.
Mm-hmm.
Please tell me why I get an update that's like, oh, it's been rescheduled.
Well, you're in the perfect amount of time then, because we are in the middle of Conroy's quiz. After you guys left Akarui's...
Yeah, sorry for interrupting.
Nah, it's fine,
I'm
it's fine.
back.
It's fine, you're actually going to have fun with this.
Yeah.
After you guys left to get something to eat, Jensen and Valios approached you guys and asked if you guys wanted to do like an exhibition fight later this evening to, raise the morale of the soldiers in the Thunder Force. And you guys all kind of agreed to the idea that would be kind of fun, especially if you.
They also agreed to let us raid the unclaimed evidence lockers if we win.
I was actually getting to that, but yeah. So after that, you guys split ways, and now you're up in Conroy's place doing the quiz challenge. He is quizzing you on your history of being on this island. I just got to question 5.
Okay, I hope this quiz makes me. I hope it cheers me up after the disappointment I've had to put up with.
All right. While in the Grey Domain, you witnessed the funeral service of the former ruler of Diadem, Wharton Tarb. Before he passed, what type of business did he and his son run?
A bookstore.
Do you all agree?
Yeah.
Yep.
Correct.
I mean, that was what his. I mean, we met his son, and he wouldn't shut up about it, so I would assume that was the job.
Yeah, I just making sure. Question 6. While in the Violet Domain, you discovered Arledge lost his regalia in a challenge 10 years prior. Whom were the 4 people that defeated him?
The ones we just talked to.
Name them.
Yeah.
Akarui, Jensen, Valios, and Harkin.
Do you all agree?
Yeah.
Yep.
Correct. While in the White Domain, you met Whitaker, whom is afraid of everything and everyone, barring 2. His lady friend Morana and...
Joseph will
Children.
pipe up kids. Yeah.
Do you all agree?
Listen, after Joseph and Whitaker had such a fucking heartfelt talk about protecting the youth, he would shout this out.
Honestly, I am glad you came back in time for that one. I was gonna be so upset if you weren't here to answer that one. I'm so happy.
Like I said, rescheduling fuckery. I'm pissed.
I know.
But you all are cheering me up by the second, so let's keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, we have that effect for some reason.
Yeah, the autism, it'd just be like that.
All right.
So true.
Question 8. While in the Silver Domain, you aided in putting away one very obnoxious ram man that went by Lucky. What is its actual name?
Levi.
Do you all agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
Levi Anais' last name here because I forget their last name.
Correct, and it is Ardiac.
Yes.
Oh yeah, my favorite Arthur spin-off, Ardiac.
Question 9. While in the Pink Domain, you met Madame Miranda at the tail end of what event?
Fashion show.
And do the rest of you agree?
I'm pretty sure it was a fashion show. Yeah, honestly, yeah, you caught me lacking on that one.
Yeah, remember, because the reason why we went there is because we saw the fucking trademark, her goddamn calling card on most of the clothing.
Well, yeah, oh yeah, that, and there was a bunch of advertising for it, and we were doing clothes shopping at the time. Because Barry wanted to go get a bunch of new pairs of clothes.
So, I specifically ordered these questions from the most recent event to the least recent event to try and get you guys to pay attention to the stuff from as far back as session 1. And
Jesus.
I am so glad you guys actually remember all this stuff. The little details are what make me happy.
Listen, we have the VODs.
Yeah, you know, I had such a great time.
Alright. And now for the 10th and final question. And you see Conroy suddenly become very serious. Zero's special project required the gathering of all masters to one location, then having everyone take a portion of their power to create the trinkets you know as regalia. This implies there are 13 regalia. True or false?
That's a trick question. We don't know for sure.
Apparently he believes you do know the answer.
I mean, if my crackpot theories are to be believed, that would be implied to be true.
Do you agree with this answer?
I mean, considering what the Cutlass was capable of, I mean, we kind of have to, right?
Yeah.
If he's gonna get like, if he's gonna kick us out of this on a technicality, I'm gonna be so pissed. No, I'm gonna have confidence in my crackpot theories. If everyone else is agreeing, I want to lock in true.
Yeah.
Do you all agree with this answer?
I mean,
Yeah, because like
You don't sound very sure of it.
I mean, we don't really have any. We don't really have any doubts at this point. I mean, we saw the Cutlass not only use gold magic, but stop a fucking invocation, so...
Mm-hmm.
So we all agree on true?
Yep.
Yes.
Last chance.
This is a trick
my God,
question,
no.
and it's gonna be
I am
12.
making sure that we all agree to this.
Okay.
Suba,
And
say yes or no.
Super.
Sure.
Sounds
Suba,
like you all agree.
I will invade Poland if you do not answer.
Hey, easy. You
Yeah.
just talked
And
about not wanting to replicate previous.
Let-
I'm gonna
listen.
stab you in the back when you're looking at our femboys.
Listen,
Hey, I
listen.
might need to invade Poland. What?
I'm going to invade Poland in Terraria.
Alright, so the answer you all agree to is true.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he looked at us with serious gaze, like, he has to be, like, he has to be pondering it, too, that this is true.
Correct.
Ooh.
I knew it.
He unintentionally gave you a piece of the puzzle that you knew but didn't have confirmation of.
But is this him confirming it, or just him
This
saying
is
he
him
believes our
confirming it. This is his way of confirming it. You gotta remember, there are things that he can and cannot say.
Oh yeah.
He has to
True.
get you the information in a way that doesn't break whatever rules he has to follow.
Ah, loopholes. My
Oh,
favorite.
don't tell them some jackass stole my Cutlass. God damn it.
I mean, I'm still have concerns that the Crooked King might just be Zeroth, or maybe one aspect thereof. But I'm not gonna get into that because that's
he's just the Jesus to his capital G God.
I hope not.
Conroy fails the mission, and Zeroth just looks down on him like, "Oh, fuck it, you can't talk, and chocolate kills you."
Okay.
That fucking meme is stuck in my head. It's like, you are man's best friend. Pretty sexist. Oh, fuck it, you can't talk, and chocolate kills you.
Oh, I know what you're referring to. Yeah, it took me a while.
I still don't.
Don't worry about it. We'll get to it. We'll show you later.
God when making dogs, basically.
Yeah, we'll get to it later. We're on a time crunch because Suba has to leave soon.
Fair. I'll even pull it up in the background on standby.
You see the golden wall around all of you slowly lower and dissipate into nothing, and Conroy is just grinning ear to ear. You all did fantastically, and I am very proud of you. Please, take my Sanskrit Chronicle.
Alrighty. On 3, gentlemen. 3.
And give me a will roll.
As is
I've
custom.
never failed a will roll.
Oh,
I see.
alright.
Oh,
will
yeah.
issue.
There you go.
I can't wait to fudge the roll again.
Okay.
That's 0. Okay,
No,
so I
well,
don't
you're
take
good.
I
You're
don't
fine,
take any damage. Cool.
Yeah, but Ignis,
The
there's
only
I
one that
take
takes
one.
damage is Ignis.
Yeah.
Well, Joseph, of course you don't take damage. You're like 70% orange.
Yeah.
Magic.
Oh yeah. Even with the fucking failed will roll, how does that work?
Yeah, so that
Oh,
means
fun.
that even if Ignis like bottoms out on the roll of will against out again, then he won't take any damage probably because he has resistance to that shit.
Dude, imagine rolling 4 minuses and just being like, nah, I'd win.
All right. Your bodies all react to the power of the regalia as you attempt to claim it. You watch the world itself suddenly pause before it rewinds around you, and you watch your own life like a movie in high-speed reverse from outside your own body. And it continues to rewind to your parents, their parents, the generations flying by like pages in a book, all the way to the origins of times itself, before you reach bopped on the head by the spine of a book, dealing 1 damage if you failed your roll, which would be Ignis.
Yeah.
Just bonk.
Yeah,
No,
just-
not even taking damage from the book. Like the moment you get hit, if you failed the will roll, you just get put in the dunce corner, and that's what deals the damage.
Like SpongeBob sound effect. Clunk.
I might have to add that.
He's got a big red.
The world around you has shifted. You are now standing.
Oh,
What was
Uncle
that?
Van.
I don't. What is that?
yeah,
Oh,
I
there's-
don't know.
That's Ignis.
That's so ominous.
It is.
Yeah, we get ripped out of our vision by a car horn blaring or whatever.
I
no,
mean,
that was such
No,
stupidly.
Sunny's
that was-
sounding a lot different nowadays.
That was such stupidly perfect timing. And
it
Ashley
really
like,
was.
The world around you changes, and you just hear that ominous wailing. The world around you changes because the car down the street hits you. You are now in an isekai.
Oh my god. The world around you has shifted. You are now standing in front of a massive hourglass, and deep inside, you can swear you see a little group of pyramids sitting in the bottom half. And Conroy steps around from the other side, smiling wide. Well done, all of you.
Barry's just like face pressed up against the glass of the hourglass. Like, is that what I think it is?
It very well could be.
What do you think would happen if we flipped it over?
That's a good question. At this moment in time, no pun intended, you are all receiving the blessings of my regalia and the element it represents. Beyond simply time magic, but the universe's concept of when itself, and it is binding itself to your curiosity. Every moment of deja vu, every time you wondered what if, every time you wished to know more.
I mean, we certainly do a lot of that around here. Seems like we're getting a lot of new information every day.
I mean, we kind of were forced into it, not gonna lie.
This is pretty familiar. It felt similar when I first learned how to summon sorcery.
Now, you don't exactly know when, but seemingly an endless number of moments later, you finally return to the real world, and all of you that are holding the regalia have your eyes glow a vibrant orange. No different than when he had his hand on it in the machine.
Okay, guys, while Nanashi puts up the information of the regalia, I wanna throw out a theory. I wanna throw out an idea that is directly to our detriment, but I believe would be good for the betterment of the world and setting as a whole.
Please, God, just make this regalia good for me, please.
There's a part of me as a player, and honestly, maybe to a certain degree, Barry as well. I think we should leave the regalia here and just let it continue serving its purpose. At least until we acquire all of them and do the big thing. Because, like, Conroy's machine runs on the Sanskrit Chronicle. I'm assuming it can't run without it.
No,
it's-
actually, as he
What's
said...
the machine?
Actually, as he said, he does have the ability to make it without it. He just used it to speed up the process.
Oh. I mean, I still kind of maintain my opinion, and if I'm outvoted, like, it is what it is, I'm not going to complain about it. But there's a small part of me that wants to leave it here just because, like, you know, it's kind of, to a certain degree, integral to how this place functions.
There's a big part of me that doesn't know what the machine in question is.
It's the
The
machine
one that pulls
extracts- right,
memories
you weren't
out
here
of our
for that.
head, out of people's heads to put into books.
Oh.
Well,
All
let's
right,
look at the
info drop.
stats on this before we decide.
I'll
Not
attack
predicting
speed.
chunk of
Desync-
orange
desync
marble in the
is
shape
very
of a
powerful.
buckler's shield. It weighs very little and surprisingly durable, which may be thanks to mystic inscriptions found all over the stone face. There also appears to be feline claw marks etched into the back, right above the golden handle. What happened here, huh?
Wait, Conroy is a tiger, isn't he? He's a tiger.
Yes, he
I
is.
know he's a big cat. I just want to
He's
make
actually
sure
a saber-toothed tiger.
Oh,
Well
specifically.
While equipped, all attack actions gain desync. Invocation Curious Thought, while active, the battle zone becomes filled in a thin misting of bright orange sand, causing a mirage-like environment for the next 3 rounds. If you or any allies roll a minus during any academics rolls, you turn 1 into a blank, no action required. Once during this fight, if the caster fails a dodge attempt, they can use their reaction to double the roll result, but you cannot do these things. Cool.
Succeed with style / crit.
Well, I'm already
Oh.
proficient in orange stuff, and I already got the fucking bow, so someone else can have the buckler.
Can I have a buckler?
I am squishy as hell.
I mean, you are squishy as hell, but I don't think you can use a shield with your stealth. Isn't that a prerequisite of using using stealth?
Actually,
No, I can't use two-handed weapons.
he cannot use two-handed weapons, and he cannot use two weapons each. In this case, he would be allowed to use it, but he would also only be able to one-handed wield his sword, which means he'd ultimately do less damage.
Yeah.
Okay, but can you imagine me applying AoE spells and damage constantly that also give disadvantage on attacks against you guys?
Yeah.
I just need you to visualize that in your mind.
Like, okay, I'm of
On
mixed
how
mind
cracked
here
that'd
because
be.
on one hand, yes, it is very good for Suba. On the other hand, bitch, you're defensive enough. You don't need the reaction part. Like,
He's
like
right. He is kind of right.
He is kind of right.
Yeah.
Is the thing, right?
Of course I'm going to.
Yeah, Alice is kind of right. You don't really need it. If you want to leave it behind in Conroy's care until the day that you, actually get from A to B, and then you just grab it on the way out the door, you can do that.
I mean, it's between me applying disadvantage on attacks to all enemies or forcing all enemies to attack me exclusively.
Which you also
Like,
have the
I'm not
ability
sure-
to basically perma-dodge almost anything.
Yeah, but only one thing at a time though.
Doesn't
Like
matter.
if I'm getting swarmed. No, true.
I mean, to be fair, you're always going to get swarmed by, one less enemy because I'm always grappling someone.
True.
ABG, always be grappling.
And with
Mhm.
your spin mobility, but we gotta get an aspect for you where when you do your fucking spin shell thing to move around, you gotta have the Bowser's. You gotta
move that fast.
He just walks
Do
fast.
backflips. I do backflips. I flip in the air. You know, I'm athletic as hell.
He needs the aspect that allows him to do a shell spin Bowser style, and it damages people in his way.
Imagine hitting that Bowser up B
Out of shield.
out of shield, you bastard.
And as promised, I just dropped the Conroy file.
Yeah. Alright, but for real though, what are we going to do with this thing?
I mean, it doesn't really benefit us. It doesn't. Joseph is already proficient with orange magic, so.
I mean, yeah, but you're only applying orange to one thing at a time. So I see the argument in taking it with us.
I need an aspect that lets me dual wield regalia, and then it'll be awesome.
Not gonna happen, buddy.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I don't think Nanashi's gonna allow that.
Not gonna happen. The rules are very specifically stated. You can only use one regalia at a time, regardless if it's your active weapon or not.
Well, listen, all I'm going to say is that when I told some friends of mine outside the server about Joseph, they were like, "So you're basically Captain America meets Berserk." And while I would love to fucking use a shield, I don't want to live up to the accusations. So
Yeah.
Oh my god, fuck your friends, dude. They're not here. Who cares what they think?
well, that and also long range and sharpshooting is more Joseph's style.
So, with all this in mind, Joseph doesn't really want it. Ignis doesn't get enough benefit from it. Barry's got a pretty good one that he would prefer to use, and Suba really mechanically doesn't get anything more from it that he doesn't get from anything else.
I mean, honestly, I
it's
wouldn't
like
mind
a
having
side
it.
grade to Star Scourge, to be honest. It's like a flip of a coin. Which one is
Yeah.
better?
I will also say I technically wouldn't mind having it because it's a shield that I could use while grappling.
That is true.
But,
Okay.
just
How about you take it and hold on to it by giving it to Gregory for the time being, since he only has one anyways.
Yeah, that was another thing I was going to bring up. I think Gregory only has one regalia to carry. Meanwhile, we all have Joseph has.
I mean, I also only have one. I just don't complain.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, that came out rude.
that's fine.
I'm not
Nah,
a
Shane
whiny little
absolutely
kid.
deserves.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think the better way to word it is you don't benefit a lot from it.
Not
Yeah,
really.
I mean, none of these regalia really benefit me just because, of the nature of my build. I
Yeah.
don't hit people. I use these hands. The only ones that would really benefit me is the Nova Knuckles, but that was claimed, so...
So far. Bear in mind, there are other big, heavy regalia coming your way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
if
I
I
feel
get-
like it's still gonna
Hold
fall
on.
under Cliffbreaker, where
Okay, hold on.
they aren't
hold
gonna
on.
benefit me
Alice.
as much as what?
Alice, how about this? If I get like if there's like one regalia, like if the next one we get like benefit me, then how about I give you the Nova Knuckles?
That's
I mean,
a fair
shrug.
offer.
I mean, a shrug. I mean, I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get there. I don't plan ahead.
Just had Nova Knuckles.
So, getting back on topic.
You don't.
Yeah, because we
you
are
don't
getting
need a
wildly
Nova
off
Knuckles.
topic, because Asuba only has so much time.
So all I'm gonna
Yeah,
say is that Joseph, what's left regalia-wise that Joseph is gonna see about are the dual pistols and definitely the scythe because, gray magic.
Right.
Well, we know for a
Mhm.
fact we're doing the dual pistols next. Like, we know we're doing FOMO next.
Well, down the line. Like they said during the evening, and you're still halfway through afternoon.
I mean, yeah, but
yeah,
realistically,
true.
what are we going to do that isn't FOMO between now and FOMO?
You got 4 other regalias you can go after.
I feel like
good
that's
insight,
just
three.
rushing
I
it
really like
for...
this.
It just really feels like we're wearing ourselves out just for the sake of doing it as fast as possible.
Yeah, I feel like
Well, I mean,
We've got all the time in the world, really.
I feel like
Well, this session we don't.
Yeah, so if you guys want to, you can just go home and chillax for an hour or so until the evening phase begins.
I was about to say because I do wanna pull a berry. I did bring that up in general chat, and this is an opening for that.
You want me to try and build you some kind of insulation on the inside of your coat? I could probably throw something together in an hour.
Huh?
Okay, I'm
electrical
lost. What's going on?
I was thinking that I use my time to make like some kind of electrical insulation lining to his coat or whatever the hell he's wearing.
It's a denim long coat.
Would you like that?
Wait for
I mean,
Joseph.
Could be interesting, but we weren't planning on doing a combat challenge with FOMO.
Hey, they challenge us to combat, so worst case scenario, you throw it on him.
Okay, yeah, actually, hold on. One step at a time, because we still haven't come up with a verdict for the Sanskrit Chronicle.
Yeah, so are
we
you guys
taking it
going
or
to
we
take
leaving
it or
in the
not?
slab.
Well, I'm fine with either, but I'll say we can leave it in Conroy's care for right now. He's trustworthy, and it is.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this then? How about a proposition? Leave it in Conroy's care, and the second you realize you might need it, have Gregory dash back and grab it.
Yes.
Yeah, because we're only gonna leave it there until we get the remaining regalia.
Which, for all you know, might not be more than another day or two at the rate you guys are going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Like we've been on the islands for like what, a week?
A week.
And you guys have gotten absurdly stronger, faster, smarter, and more powerful every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
Though
Yeah.
granted, whatever free time we have, given that we're progressing the goddamn chapter as fast as we are, we still need to focus on the character fleshing out.
Which honestly has been happening pretty integrally and naturally as time goes on. The domains are bringing it out of you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, granted, do we know much more about Ignis aside from like he was poor at one point, or
No.
Well, we know he was trained how
Yeah.
to fight by his dad.
We do?
Yeah, that was established like way back in the beginning, the first time you guys met out again.
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't even remember that, and I was there.
Actually, now that I think about it, Out Again does have a big fuck-off sword. That's a regalia that Barry might like.
I mean, yeah, but it's a fire sword. I don't think I'm beating out Ignis for that one. If
Well,
he could
he
reasonably
can't.
wield
He
it.
he wouldn't be able to use something that big.
you don't know
Well, I
that.
mean,
I do
if it's
know
a
that.
two-handed, hold on. If it's a two-handed weapon, then like that's just out of the question for me.
It
Yeah.
is.
Okay. You know
No.
what? We'll figure that out when we get there. Nanashi, I'm going to take the Sanskrit Chronicle. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to look at Conroy, and I'm going to say, this does sadly belong to us now. However, you do put it to really good use here, better in this library. And, you've mentioned it speeds up the process a lot. So, in the name of keeping the library updated, nice, quickly, succinctly. I think it'd be best if you just held on to this for the time being.
And Conroy looks at it and he smiles. In that case, I will keep it just as safe as your book.
Thank you. Maybe make sure you put it to good use.
Oh, I intend to. And speaking of which, I do apologize if it seems like that last question was a bit of a, what's the polite word for it?
A curveball?
Yes. I do apologize for that, but there are things I can and cannot confirm. There is one detail that I can at least confirm for you. While it is true that there is in fact a 13th regalia, it is not a sword.
Well, that's even more concerning now, ain't it?
Do you think?
It's a crown.
A crown.
You know what that... Well, the Crooked King is wearing a crown, and that's even worse, honestly.
A crown with 12 colorful jewels on it.
There's something I need to look at.
Nanashi, you know what I'm about to ask.
I know what you're going to ask.
Did it or didn't it?
Did the little crown on top of his helmet have jewels on it?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Oof. Yeah, Barry actively does the... Phew! Thank goodness.
Yeah, looking at the art, it's true. It's nothing.
So, while you are technically correct in that there is a 13th regalia, I don't believe it's what you think it is.
I mean, that just kind of reopens up the question of what the cutlass is, though.
That is a fascinating question. In the meantime, I shall keep both this book and your regalia secret and safe.
Thank you. Actually, Barry, pauses, kind of, just looking off into space, like he's just thinking, actually, wait a minute. Do you still have that? I mean, you're a librarian, obviously, but, do you still have that book on the creation of Diadem?
Oh yes, it should be around here somewhere. And he walks over to the counter and pulls it back out and places it onto the table.
Barry's going to start flipping through it and specifically wants to find, where it talks about the creation of Diadem, right?
Correct.
Is there any mention of there being something below Diadem? Was Diadem built on top of something of note?
You know what? It's far enough into the story to where you would be able to figure this out. Between this book and what Nash mentioned to you earlier about the island kind of just floating on the water somehow through magic bullfuckery, there doesn't appear to be anything specifically saying what it is or why it's there, only that the island itself was a construct of Zeroth's design.
Damn it. Yeah,
That
damn,
all.
that kind of dead ends my thought process. Bummer.
Sounds like you might need to do some investigating or some exploration in other avenues then.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can think of to investigate this is just to go to the site of where they were drilling, but I don't know if that's open to the public, and I guess there ain't no way to find out besides just go there.
You know what? That could actually fill in the little gap of time that you're waiting for
I
the
could
evening phase.
fill in the little gap of time. Suba's about to leave, though, and I'd hate for him to miss that.
We can just fill
I've
him
already
in.
missed so much.
It's fine.
Yeah, okay, I don't want you to miss any more.
It's fine. What we can do is we can fill him in later.
All right, yeah, I do tend to give people that
You
leave
are really
early.
good at giving people the rundown.
No, you should see the massive block of text I sent Raven regarding last session.
Yeah,
It's
I brought that up earlier.
You should see the massive pile of information I have for your interactions in the city. I have something planned for half the locations in this game.
That is true.
Alright.
That probably far outweighs.
GG's, guys.
All right, we'll
Bye,
see you next
Stuva.
time.
I gotta run.
Bye, Stupa.
Bye-bye.
We love you platonically.
Thank you. I love you too.
Platonically.
No.
Of course. I can't answer that. Bye.
Bye.
What's the point of a D&D group if we don't get freaky? I mean, what?
I did that like 3 D&D groups ago, and it didn't work out. I'm not about that shit anymore, Raven. You think I'm joking too? No, I met my last boyfriend through D&D. It's on YouTube. That campaign is on YouTube somewhere. No, I'm not gonna shout it out because I'm still salty over how that relationship ended. Anyways, Conroy.
I dropped it in the fate chat.
I see. He's immune to time magic. Gasp.
Gee, who could have guessed?
Academics is his highest stat. Wow.
Who would have thunk?
Wait, hold up. He's immune to orange magic, and Joseph is also immune to orange magic. So if they both tried using it on each other, it would just be a fucking Wobbuffet situation.
Here, I realize you were just
Except
like
instead of with punches, it's words. He's verbally hitting you with the dictionary and it's doing nothing.
Verbal abuse.
awareness,
It
tiger
does nothing.
claws.
You brought a book to a gunfight. The
Nocturnal.
orange-infused bullet does nothing.
Nocturnal Nimrod. Swap your fight and investigate scores during combat at night. Is he a were-tiger? Or like
No, that's based on the idea that tigers and other predatory creatures fight better at night.
Oh
well.
god, that'd be so
But
funny.
his investigate would go down to 1 at that point, so he fights better but gets less observational.
Because at night, you don't think, you act.
True.
Sure. Wise Tiger Eyes +2 to investigate rolls regarding books. Nice. Sands of Time. Who would have thought? Summons a sand clone of a character at 1 level less than the current. Clone has all HP, MP skills, stunts, weapons, and ammo from that period. Okay, we saw him use this against
Stan.
Stan, yes. Rewind. We also saw him use this against Stan.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
And then
Gara,
history
calm
lesson
down.
once per fight. Recover to full health. Got it. At the start of each player's turn, you ask that player a question. These questions must be reasonable and things the characters wouldn't know if they answer right. If they answer right, they gain +1 on their next attack action. If they answer wrong, you gain advantage on your next attack action. If the player refuses to answer, if their answer is I don't know, you gain advantage on the next attack action. The next player will be asked the same question. If all players refuse to answer or their answer is I don't know to that same question, all players take 10 damage.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Ah.
It is meant to reward the idea that making the attempt is better than not trying at all. Just like
You
any
know what?
endeavor.
You know what? I like Conroy. When we first met him, it was like kind of a nothing burger for me. But I think he's one of my favorite domain masters now.
Honestly, that makes me so happy.
Also, hold up. Conroy is a saber-toothed tiger, and the dude focused around chrono magic. What was the decision to make him a saber-toothed tiger simply because, well, they're animals of the past that are, they're basically prehistoric and are basically extinct in our real world. I don't know if the same is true for modern your
In a manner
world.
of speaking, yes. In fact, if you look at his art, you can see the saber-toothed fangs hanging from his necklace.
Oh! Huh. How about that?
I didn't know if you guys noticed that.
Now that
At no point did I ever register he had a necklace.
Given the rest of his outfit, I can't say I'm surprised.
That got me thinking of fucking humanimal interactions in your world with like other animals that resemble, like how does a bovine humanimal like react to like burgers and stuff?
They don't, because there's a definitive line between the humanimals, even down to the feral level, and just actual, technically mindless animals in comparison. There's a definitive line.
Okay, I ask because I'm gonna be real here, Chief. I ask this because I recall like how it was a similar bit within like something like BoJack Horseman, where people get really offended if you ate a burger.
No, I basically went off of what's that anime called? Picking up chicks in a dungeon or something.
Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon?
That's the one.
Danmachi.
Yeah, thank you. In season 2, I believe it was, they came across creatures who actually fought and ate the other creatures in their own domain, and they specified specifically that the ones that were mindless were okay because there's no sentience to lose.
Fair
I can't
enough.
believe you just referenced Danmachi. That's like one of my favorite anime. I haven't.
I
actually
have
watched
made so many references in this game, it's a shock to me that you're surprised.
Well, it's okay. I love Danmachi to death. I read the first several chapters of the manga because for some reason my local library in the in this like small ass southern town in the middle of nowhere had a surprisingly large manga collection. I was kind of shocked when I first learned that. Like, and I read all they had of Danmachi, right? Which was like 6 chapters or so, right? Like, not a lot. But I read it all and I loved it to death. And it's like, you know, it's not the biggest anime out there, you know? It does not talked about a lot. At least that I know of, but I also don't like run around and anime watch in circles, so shrug. Maybe it is, and I just don't. Maybe it is, and I just don't know where the people are talking at. But like, I love Danmachi so much. Like, I cannot stress to you enough how much I want the powers and systems and the power systems of Danmachi in a video game. I want Danmachi as an actual MMO. But like, there is no Danmachi, like official Danmachi out there game out there that kind of scratches the itch because you just play as Belle.
Yeah.
I don't want to play as Belle. I want to play as me in the Danmachi universe.
That's understandable. Closest thing I've been able to find is the Weiss Schwartz series about Danmachi.
And like, what? There was some game series out there that gave me that vibe. It was Etrian Odyssey. Etrian Odyssey kind of had a similar vibe, just without all the, gods and whatnot.
Yeah. I ask that bizarre world building question primarily, yes, because there's like way too much fucking media where they'll have anthro characters interact with like their actual animal counterparts, and it will like amount to something like that.
I kind of understand where you're coming from, but I never really had an issue with that. As far as I'm concerned, as long as you can discern the actual sentient ones, even if they're down to the pharaoh level, but they're still able to interact and act like people can, and you can separate them from the actual animals, then there should not be a reason for you to care about one over the other. Are you going to feel a little hurt about seeing someone you can technically relate to being treated poorly? Yes, but that's no different than, say, seeing a chimpanzee being spanked in a zoo or something. Like, you're going to feel bad, but at the end of the day, it's not you. It's not the same as you. I don't agree with that. I don't see that as worthwhile. Holy shit, we just got wildly off topic.
We tend to do that. Can I drag us even further off topic, because I have an intrusive thought that won't go away.
Sure.
I kind of both love and hate how Raven used the example of a bovine humanimal, because now that, to me, that just brings up one singular word as a question, like one singular word with a question mark next to it.
Which is?
Milking?
Hardy hard.
I'm just saying, it's a question we could talk about.
Where do you think the Ben and Jerry's of this world gets their milk from, Chief?
Nanashi, I might be asking you about that later after session's over, so these people don't have to listen to it.
Sure, we can talk about it later.
Here I was primarily asking, other media, they get really offended if you eat something related to them. Is that the case here? Do we got fucking activists roaming around? And he's over here like, milk.
Listen, I know what I like, alright?
Yeah, you sure do.
Now, if I recall correctly, rather than going after another regalia, you were interested in possibly looking at the Hydroelectric Generator location?
I am, but I also want to get a consensus from the rest of the party because I'm not squad leader here.
Well,
it's a democracy, I think.
Well, we can't go after the regalia because Suba's gone. We can't have him miss that. Actually, we could go to initiate.
I mean, we were gonna have you miss the quiz, so shrug.
God, fuck off.
So it's really up to you guys. Do you want to go after another regalia, or do you want to check out the Hydroelectric Generator?
We'll check out the Hydroelectric Generator, and we'll have the regalia as like a cliffhanger because we are nearing the end.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys all hop back into the car, and you head toward the Essentials District. As it happens, with your map, you are able to find the Hydroelectric Generator with relative ease. The building itself is fairly large, light blue concrete with a dark blue support framing, one dark blue metal front door, and several windows all around. You see a sign on the front with pictures of water and a lightning bolt, and all around the backside, you can see several thick cables running behind the building. The space is surrounded by a tall chain link fence, which currently has a large hole by the entryway. So you can easily walk inside.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do it.
Let's do that, I guess.
Well, around the backside, you see what resembles a large old-fashioned electrical substation surrounded by more chain link fence covered in warning signs and 4 major power poles with cables flowing onto the nearest poles that then travel to all the major districts. By any chance, are any of you good with electrical anything, or have any kind of background knowledge that might help you with this?
I went to
No.
college?
I mean, the most Joseph could give is, like, what he learned in the wartime from, like, a squad mate of his who was really good at tech, but nothing on his sheet gives him, like, a huge advantage.
I mean, I as a player know a fair amount because that was one of my previous jobs. I was an electrical engineer at a company for a time.
Your what little electrical background and knowledge you have helps you recognize the various circuit switchers, regulators, reclosers, and a pair of control buildings with cables running to and between each other and to the others. It looks like that's a station where they would actually channel electrical magic into to power the city, but as Akarui mentioned to you before, they don't have to do that anymore ever since the generator itself actually got put in properly.
Oh, okay.
I assume you guys are going inside next.
Yeah.
Yep, that is the goal.
Now, the building inside is surprisingly minimal, but a bit loud for your liking. In one corner is a small set of lockers with a small kitchenette, and in the other corner is a tiny desk and workstation with a red phone. But the majority of the room's space is taken up by a massive, rounded metal casing, and whatever is inside is humming and grinding away very loudly.
Okay.
From around the backside steps a shorter hamster man in blue overalls, a white hard hat, white rubber gloves, safety goggles, glass ones, and a gold name tag stating Kalid.
Wait, how big is he? I need to know.
About 4.5 feet.
Okay.
Wow, he's almost as tall as my mom. My mom's like 4'11".
Oh, okay.
I'm 5'8", and I'm the tallest person in my household. Think about that a minute.
One of my roommates is like 6'4".
Jesus.
Oh.
Hey, I'm like 5'11".
Yeah, it makes sense. You'd be taller than me. Everyone I'm not related to
Oh.
is taller than me.
Oh shit!
Actually, no, that's not even true.
Wait, hold on. You're 5'11". Wait, me and Nanashi are the same height.
I just barely qualify at 5'11". So Kalid spots your group and immediately rushes toward you in a frantic hurry. Hey, you can't be in here.
Well, if we can't be in here, there really needs to be some type of signage saying as such.
Wait, there's no sign? What happened to the sign? And he looks out the window and notices the gigantic hole in the fence. Shit. Damn it.
Okay, funny thing about this hamster.
I
So
like this guy.
I'm not gonna lie, so do I. But I'm getting Rossetti vibes from fucking Animal Crossing. He talks in a similar way.
I was thinking of like a low-pitched Hamsterville.
Okay, that is fair. Though he doesn't have the accent, so kind of like whatever.
So he turns to you guys. All right. What do you guys want? As long as you're here.
Well, see, what happened was, we're fairly new to the island, and we've heard, a lot of good things about the hydroelectric generator here and how, good it is for the populace, and thought, just kind of wanted to come take a look at it out of some curiosity,
He blinks at you twice. You serious?
Yeah, our tour has been long and way too eventful, so we did get late in visiting this place.
Yeah.
And you guys ain't marauders?
No. We have fought way too many marauders for us to be marauders. Like, it's no contest.
First off, I didn't bash the skulls of Nazis to be called a marauder, and secondly, if we were marauders, we'd attack first and suggest tea time later, probably.
And I'm inclined to believe you.
I mean, I present Cliffbreaker. Is this a little? I mean, is this a vote of confidence for us?
He raises up his hands. Hey, whoa! Not near the electrical equipment. This stuff's delicate.
Hey, I'm not swinging. I just behold. Like. Would a marauder have 6 out of 12 regalia?
7.
Just
now,
saying.
by the way.
7?
Yeah,
7 out of
7.
7.
7 regalia. Yeah. Oh yeah, because we just won Conroy's. Would a marauder have 7 out of 12 regalia?
You got a point. Alright, look. I'm not opposed because I never get tour groups, but you're gonna have to get geared up. Hard hat, earplugs, rubber gloves. Grab them all from the locker and I'll let you get a closer look.
Hey, say less. You're the boss.
But don't touch anything. This old machine was built by that walking temper tantrum of a domain master, and I don't need him up my ass again.
Now, I may not have had the pleasure of having high-ranking officers back then yell at me, but I've seen other people get yelled at, and if the domain master is scarier than them, then...
Which domain master is the walking temper tantrum?
You really have to ask?
I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah. It's out again.
You got it.
Cause he probably forged all the metal for this shit.
There you go.
You see, I don't register him as a temper tantrum. I register him as a natural disaster.
He's probably being
Like,
polite.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Actually, that makes Joseph's fucking analogy here even more terrifying, because it's like getting chewed out by a commanding officer back then is terrifying, especially in the middle of like wartime if you fuck up.
Yeah.
Imagine Oudigan chewing you out, though. I don't think he'd be as merciful.
Yeah.
No.
Definitely not.
If he wasn't, if he was like more way more ruthless than he is now, you would probably be put on his wall.
Yeah, and as it happens, while he's helping you guys get geared up, he just continues to ramble on. That guy's a piece of work, but he is a master at metalworking. He built half the city's metal infrastructure by hand because he was bored. Last thing I need is him melting half the city trying to fix one piece.
Is he Canadian? is that the accent I'm pulling out of this? Like, I'm trying to place him.
Hey, I'm walking here.
He's a New Yorker.
Oh, is that what it is?
He talks very similarly to Oudigan.
Yeah, I want to point out, I heard hints of Brooklyn. I didn't want to say anything, but I'm getting Joey Wheeler vibes too.
Basically, yeah. He's
He's
basically a Brooklyner.
Nice. All right.
Brooklyn Rage.
Do they have like safe, like, you know, PPE, personal protection equipment in my size?
Well, for the record, since there's very little plastic, it's all metal and glass, but yes, they do have stuff that fits you.
Oh, nice. Heck yeah.
POV, Oudigan goes to reprimand you viciously. Me, who watched Full Metal Jacket for 1,000 hours straight on repeat. I'm totally ready, fan.
Oh, boy. Now, once you guys are fully geared up and kitted out, he takes you for a general look around the unit itself, and there isn't much to see until you spot the trapdoor near the back with a ladder inside. Otherwise, it's just a large metal casing housing what looks like a very large piece of electrical equipment. And then he walks over and opens up the trapdoor. It's gonna be a tight fit for you, big guy, but I think we can fit you down here.
Well, as long as I don't get stuck on the way, that's all that matters.
As you descend down the
I might ought to go first. That way, if I, by some abhorrent tragedy, lose my grip, I don't take the rest of y'all down with me.
No, what's going to happen is you're going to go down first, you're going to get stuck at the shoulders, and he's going to have to jump on your head to get you to go down.
Even better.
Like Bowser's stuck in the pipes in Mario.
As you descend down the ladder, and you do all fit, you get a better look at the inner workings thanks to the lights running down the inside of the massive hole. Overhead, you see the motor half of a large rotor inside a stator crackling and grinding as it gathers the electricity. And there's a massive metal rod leading from it straight down into a massive chain link floor panel, all surrounded by a square cage of chain link fence locked behind chain and padlock. Now, the tunnel goes down quite a ways, all the way through the island, obviously, but the ladder only goes down about 50 feet, and he shows off the massive generator shaft is about 25 feet wide and surrounded by a chain link mesh. The same type the platform floor you're standing on is made of. He explains there's several more platforms just like this running all the way down to the water's edge, each one about 50 feet apart, before proceeding to go down to the next one with your group.
That is mighty impressive.
It takes a solid 20 minutes, but he eventually stops at the 9th platform down, meaning you've traveled roughly 450 feet down into the island. Okay, this is about as far as I can take you, the halfway point between the surface and the water. Any further down and it's kind of a health risk. And you can see the centermost part of the massive turbine fan underneath it in the water, spinning surprisingly fast in the ocean current beneath it. It is literally just one giant turbine generator.
I'd really hate to be a fish stuck in that current, though.
Oh yeah, we get a little bit of chum churning up the turbine once in a while. When that happens, we gotta shut it down for like 5 minutes to clean it out, but otherwise this thing runs smooth as a sailor.
Wow, impressive.
Yeah.
It's really an engineering marvel.
Oh yeah. And thanks to That B-Boy's here. He helped us make sure this thing ran for as long as possible. Guy's a whiz at engineering.
Is he actually?
Yeah, if you recall, he is the one who made all the mana engines for all the cars.
Oh.
Yeah, he's the one who made the dune buggies, remember?
Well, I remember he had the dune buggies. I didn't remember him making them. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I'm gonna go to another rave now. I like Zir. I'm kidding, to a certain degree.
It's fine. Now, as long as you're down here, you want to do like an investigate roll to try and find anything of note since you wanted to come down here and look anyways? Or did you want to ask him anything, or?
I'm about to say, I'll probably both. Like, I'll let the investigating people do the investigating, and I, the talking person, do the asking of questions because I don't investigate.
But Sam, the one with the highest investigate roll, so leave that to me, hopefully.
Yeah, that's kind of the hope.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
Well, I mean, like, it really isn't like important. So, like, I could do it as well.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Oh, you know what? I have a +1 in notice. That's better than I thought.
Yeah, but we'd be looking at an investigate roll since you're actively looking for something rather than passively.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, isn't this an investigator?
Yeah.
There isn't. Notice and investigate are two different words.
Yes, it is. All right, so Joseph rolled a 4 and Ignis rolled a 1?
Yeah.
Okay. So while you're doing your investigation, Caleb's going to continue talking to Barry. So this is the machine in all its glory. You got any questions?
Kind of mostly just just pretty spacious down in here. How'd y'all clear all this space out?
Oh, we didn't have to do much. When that drill explosion happened 10 years ago, it blew the hole straight down through. We just kind of cleaned it up.
Oh, gotcha. I mean, we've heard a bit about this drill explosion, but like, what can you tell us about it? I mean, it's we've only heard bits and pieces in passing, which isn't true. But Barry's not going to tell him that.
Afraid I can't say much about it. I wasn't there. I was on a day off at that time. But from what I know, something with the machine just kind of went kerthunk and exploded, and a bunch of people died. Everyone else kind of got knocked out. By the time everyone came to, there was just a giant hole.
Man, that's a real unfortunate. I mean, it's sad to hear about the unfortunate casualties.
Joseph is currently looking at something a few feet up in the rock wall. He will get Ignis's attention, tap him on the shoulder. Hey, Ignis, you're good at climbing, right?
Yeah.
There's something shiny up there. You think you can either get it down or get a good look at it?
I can try.
And I try and run interference for them. So okay, so this machinery over here in the conveniently opposite direction is my two compatriots. What can you tell me about this stuff over here?
You actually have gotten his attention. He basically explains that the gigantic shaft of metal going all the way down is kept inside of this roll cage, essentially, so that nothing from inside the rock wall will fall in and damage it. Kind of just like how you keep the cage of, say, a forklift driver safe. But otherwise, it's mostly just here to make sure that we don't accidentally fall into it as it's turning, because if you get your shirt caught in that, you're not getting out. But
damn, that's gonna be a brutal way to get fucking killed, huh?
Oh yeah. And he'll continue talking with you about that while Ignis climbs up the rock wall and manages to spot what you pointed out. And there is a familiar golden glittering inside of that rock wall. You can't quite reach it because it's inside of what looks like a crevice of some sort, but you do see it, meaning that there is something there.
Huh. Well, ain't that something?
What is it?
It's like some sort of golden glow. I can't quite reach it, but I do know it's golden. I do know it's like gold of some sort.
It looks like we found another spot of that material.
If y'all
could find a way to extract it, that would be awesome.
And at this point, he turns around and says, "Hey, what are you doing up there?"
There was some... Wait, should we tell him?
Yeah. Well, apparently I didn't distract well enough, so yeah, I guess so.
Alright. There was something up there that caught my eye.
Something in the rock wall?
Yep.
How deep is it?
It's not really that deep, but deep enough to where I can't reach it.
Give me a sec, I'll grab it. I'll grab something. If it's anything valuable, I'm selling it. And you see him just climb up the ladder.
It's valuable, alright, but I don't know if you'll make money off of it.
I got nothing to lose from trying.
I would like
mean-
to do another
I mean-
investigate roll.
I mean, honestly, I think I would just like to politely widen the crevice.
You want to dig your hands in there and find the crevice?
I mean, shit, we know I have the strength for it.
We do. And you know what? Given that in mind, I'm not going to make you roll for this. Digging into rock is really not something that should be difficult for you anymore.
I mean, he's done it before, if I recall correctly, right?
Yeah. So
Pretty much.
you'll walk up to where the hole is, because you can physically reach it a little easier than Ignis can, and you dig into the rock wall and slowly clear it out to reveal a small piece of gold metal in the wall.
Who would have thunk?
I assume it sizzles my hand in the same fashion that yada yada yada.
Yes, it does. However, this piece of gold metal is still sticking out of the wall. It looks small, but it looks like it's actually part of a bigger piece.
Oh, fellas, I think my theory's been confirmed.
Are you going to continue clearing it out and clearing out more of it?
We're in his working place. It feels rude to just start digging out the beef wall.
Probably should have thought of that before you started.
Well, yeah, but like,
Listen, we gotta commit to it. We found something valuable about the infrastructure here.
All right. So, are you digging it out, or are you going to wait for him to come back?
I'm gonna wait for him to come back. Barry's too fucking nice.
All right. Well, he comes back and he has 4 metal shovels in hand. And he hands each of you one if you're interested in digging in with him, but he's going to need Barry's help to reach the hole himself that you conveniently just happened to dig out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if he's getting ready to dig out the wall anyway, I'm just be like, hey, I could do it faster without the shovel. You want me to just start tearing into it?
You know what? Sure. I'll take the credit.
All right, sure. Yeah, Barry. Permission given. Barry's going whole hog now. Like, I'm going full, like, dig mole. It's happening.
All right. Well, as you dig through the rock wall, you reveal that this small piece of metal gets bigger and bigger. And in fact, it is not just one small piece. It looks like it's connected to an even larger sheet of this stuff, roughly half an inch thick all the way through. And no matter how deep you dig, there is just more of it all around. One gigantic sheet.
I see.
Hey, everyone, step back a little bit. I'm gonna do something mayhaps a little bit dangerous.
Are you sure?
Yeah, sure. Hey, so Barry just, confirming some theories. I want to take one of these shovels and just, like, gently poke it.
When you poke it with the shovel, it doesn't do a whole lot, but you do see a small spark.
Yep, that's what I thought. Hey, man, listen. You don't want to use shovels on this. You're liable to blow us up.
What the hell is it?
That's a good question and one that we can't really answer right now. Listen. Barry's gonna, like, get down on one knee, so I'm, like, on eye level with this dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get down on both knees and, like, crouch down further because he's short. I just remembered.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, my man, hand on shoulder. Like, listen, my man, just do us a favor. You can't tell anyone about this. This is, like, important shit that may or may not have to do with the safety of Diadem as a whole. You're gonna have to just trust us for a minute.
He squints at you and looks back and forth between you and the metal.
Listen, I will pay you some money right now to hold this to secrecy.
He squints a little tighter. 20Z and it's a deal.
30Z, and I will just pretend it never happened.
Deal.
All right, I will pay the man because I have money.
Yes. All right, so
I have money.
he looks at it with you guys. All right, so how big is that?
Big. Like, how far do you want me to keep excavating? I'm bound to find more.
Well, I guess the best way to find out would be to dig in a different direction around the same spot. Maybe try over there a few feet to the right.
Should we, like... People need... Okay, there are certain people that need to know about this. I just can't... As a player, I can't decide who we need to tell first. This is confirming all of my theories, right? And, that this confirming my theory has a lot of implications, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Conroy needs to know this because as the resident smart person, right? I kind of feel like Nash needs to know this because if this confirms my theory that the explosion was caused by them drilling into a massive vein of this shit, that has to do with his parents. That's like personal shit. He deserves to know, right?
Right. That's fair.
Akarui obviously needs to know. I just can't decide. Like, do we run and tell them now? Do we need to hold it to ourselves for a little bit? And if so, why? But this is massive, right? This is a gargantuan discovery.
Yes, it is. Honestly, that's completely up to you guys. But he did ask you to clear out a little bit more to the side. Do you do that?
Yeah, I will follow his suggestion.
Okay, well, as you clear it out, you reveal that there is even more to this gigantic golden sheet of metal. It is not just one big piece, it is going all the way around the hole.
Is it like one flat horizontal sheet?
That's what it appears to be.
Okay. Oh, sweet Jesus. This has implications, buddy. Woo! So, my man, it appears we have one giant flat sheet of this stuff. And, it reacts in a certain firework-like fashion with metal. Well, normal metal. Barry's saying this out loud, just kind of thinking outwards, just, oh.
He takes one look at you, and takes another look at the drive shaft of the giant machine in the middle of the room, and looks back up to the wall, and he has an idea. Does shit react badly to concrete?
I don't believe so. Because Barry starts, doing the mental math, because we've seen this shit used as a concrete reinforcement before, like rebar.
Mm-hmm. And you've also seen that it can cut through basically anything. It only seems to react poorly to metal.
No, okay. Now you mention that, no. It only reacts in such a way to naturally occurring metal. Concrete is okay.
And he nods a little. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna seal this wall back up with concrete when you guys leave. And that way, nothing from that will end up damaging the drive shaft. Or me.
That is a very good idea, honestly. With my, prodigious size and strength, would you like help with that? I've never laid concrete, but I'm more than willing to help.
I got a couple of bags of that quickcrete stuff. All I need to do is put up a sheet of metal, let it sit there for a few hours, and it'll take care of itself.
A sheet of metal, you say?
Not that kind of metal. It won't be close enough to it to damage it. It'll just hold it up like a wall.
Just double check it. If you trust you, I trust you. You know what I mean? You seem like a qualified individual.
They pay me to do this for a living.
Okay, we might be back later with some trustworthy people. Barry's like, Barry. If you've seen that one, hold on, let me grab the GIF. I need to tell you exactly the type of shit Barry is hitting right now. He's hitting this maneuver right here, just
yeah.
Oh boy.
All right, so would it be safe to assume you guys walk out of here as quickly as fucking possible?
Yeah.
I think. Obviously this is, a group with, and it's a democracy. I think we either talk to Conroy or Akarui first. Someone responsible needs to know about this.
Yeah, and it's not like Nash is available. He's not answering his phone.
Yeah, well, Nash deserves to know, but I'm a bit hesitant to tell him just because, I don't want this discovery to, put some kind of... For one, I don't want his emotional status to go off the deep end. With his stress at the moment. His stress is already high enough. He needs to know, maybe not at this exact moment, but for two, I don't know if this knowledge paints any kind of targets. Hold on, if this is a big flat okay, my current ongoing theory, I think this is a big flat sheet that the entire island is sitting upon. That's my current theory, right?
An interesting theory.
For what purpose? Alright, for what purpose? I can only assume it has something to do with the island's creation, right? Because this is a gold alloy that has unique properties and that behave like gold magic. And this island was created by Zeroth.
Interesting theory.
We're in the Essential Districtors in the West. I think we need to go talk to Akarui. Maybe. Honestly, hold on. What if we just pull a Por qué no los dos? We go grab Akarui, we tell him it's urgent. We send, the fast people to go grab Conroy. and we just like do both this shit at once.
We can do that.
Open to the thoughts and opinions. I realize I have been doing most of the talking.
I'm fine with that plan. Actually.
I hear no
That's
thought.
fine.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah.
I mean, I was basically just saying that I'm in favor of that. Yeah, it seems logical.
Okay. So we send the... To be fair, we are right next to the Orange District, because the Essentials District is on the west side.
Right. So you could theoretically just grab Conroy and have him follow you back down to the city hall.
Yeah, we could. Okay, so we're gonna go to Conroy first. Cool.
Alright, so here's the deal, though. We are pretty late in the session. Do you want to start that on the next one, or do you want to get that over with now while it's fresh in your mind?
I prefer if we just do it now, personally.
Yeah, because we're going to have the regalia as a cliffhanger.
That's fine.
Well, yeah.
Because what, we do it as a cliffhanger, then it's like the next session will be like a week or two like later. That gives us enough time to think about what we want to do for that, if not combat.
Yeah.
Okay, so then here's what we'll do then. Since Gregory is the fastest person on foot, let's have him run into the Orange Domain and grab Conroy and tell him to meet you guys at City Hall.
Yes.
Yeah, fair.
Meanwhile, we're gonna go and just be like, excuse me, Kings of Kings here. We need to speak with King Akarui urgently. It is a bit of an emergency.
And Circe just looks at you with this look of, I already hate you people. And she immediately reaches down for the intercom and lets King Akarui know that you're here and that it's urgent. And Akarui's like, I already just saw them. If they're back this quickly, it must be important. Send them in. And she immediately ushers you back there.
All right, sit down. Hand on desk, Akarui. My man, my friend. We've made a pretty big discovery. You know my crackpot theory that I think the drill explosion might have been caused by a large clump of this gold alloy that reacted violently with the drill and caused it to explode?
At this moment is when Gregory and Conroy march their happy butts in as well.
Great, Conroy. Just great. Yes, you're here. Perfect. Okay. Okay, Conroy, I posed to you the same question I posed to Akarui. Y'all remember my theory that the drill explosion might have been caused by a large clump of this gold alloy reacting violently to the metal within the drill, causing it to explode?
He nods a little.
I believe we have found physical evidence of that being the case. And I would like to invite the both of you to come see it personally.
Conroy raises an eyebrow, and Akarui goes, well, you just made my day more interesting.
Every day is interesting when we're involved. We haven't had a day of peace in like 8 days.
Alright, so what's going to happen then is Conroy... well, where exactly do they need to go?
I'm going to usher us all to the same location.
Right, but I was wanting you to tell them where to go so that they can go there on their own.
Oh, yes.
There's not going to be enough room in the car.
Right. Yeah, damn, that's right. There won't be enough room in the car.
Well, he has his own, though.
I need y'all both to meet us at the big hydroelectric generator.
And Akarui goes, that's fine. Conroy, you can take my car. And you guys all travel together. All of a sudden, you see Kaled standing there in front of the building, holding onto the 2 bags of quickcrete. Damn, you guys got here quick.
Oh, good. You haven't even finished concreting it in. That's great.
I ain't even got the bags down the hole yet.
Perfect. We're gonna need to get in there past you. Thank you for watching over it, though. I appreciate it.
Whoa, holy... But Jesus, is that the King and Conroy?
Yeah, we have good
Yep.
Yeah, I told you it was coming back with trustworthy friends.
I didn't believe you people.
Look, whether like it or not, we're unfortunately rather important on this island at the moment.
I'm inclined to believe ya. What do you need?
Down the hole.
You got it. And he immediately marches his way in, guiding you all back inside. Doesn't even bother with the safety gear at this point, because if it's important enough for them to be here, clearly this kind of supersedes policy. He opens up the hole and lets you guys go down and do whatever it is you need to do.
I'm just gonna go over, we're gonna go down the hole, wait for everyone to get there, and just gesture to the big, gouged out portion of the cave wall. As you see, there is this large, 1/2 inch thick plate of this gold alloy. I have done the normal test to make sure it is much the same, and it is indeed much the same. And it's big, as you can see. I can only theorize that it extends in all directions. And this is what I think caused the drill to explode 10 years ago. Y'all hit the look. I mean, look at where it is height level wise, right? The drill was coming down here. You hit this exact level below ground. Kablooey.
Akarui stares at it in amazement. This is about the halfway point down in the island. This would be about appropriate for that. And Conroy doesn't say a word. His back is turned to all you, and he's just staring at it quietly.
Now, why it's here, a whole different question. As previously stated, I mean, I've told both of y'all this, I can only assume that it has something to do or was purposely put here during the creation of the island. Past that, big shrug. Like, physically big shrug.
You see Conroy suddenly step forward a little bit, and he extends a hand toward the gold medal. And you see on the tip of his finger, right on the edge of his claw, a small pearlescent bead of magical energy, which you recognize now as raw mana. And you see him very carefully touch that edge of the gold medal and draw his nail down it, and you see the gold medal suddenly create the gold dust on top of it, as it slowly seeps out and creates more of itself and extends further out. It is exactly what I thought it was.
Would you like to share with the class? Forgive me if I sound a mite stressed.
He turns to you and he has this solemn look of seriousness in his eyes. I hesitate to tell you what this actually is.
More stuff you ain't allowed to tell us.
It is stuff that I believe you deserve to know. And given where we are, I believe there's no hiding it anymore. This is a manifestation of raw gold magic, put into solid form.
I mean, we'd kind of already put that together. I don't mean to put a damper on your big announcement. It certainly behaves as such. Do you or any of us have any inclination of how it got here?
It was put here when the island was first created.
I hate being right sometimes.
I'm not 100% certain, but if I understand its nature properly, it is here to keep you in and anything outside out. It is a barrier.
See, I mean, here's my question though. The barrier's clearly been breached. I mean, evidently gestures towards giant cave caused by explosion. So like, what's to stop us from just keeping going?
Aside from the fact that you would be diving headfirst into the ocean, into who knows what, nothing. And that's when Akarui steps up. Actually, that is exactly why we did not leave. Because of the fact that there is no clear indication as to what dangers are outside of an island floating on top of the Pacific Ocean, we have no way of getting out of here safely.
Gotcha, okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Deep sea critters and whatnot.
Joseph will step up. So that means that this Crooked King's endeavor is just pointless regardless. Driven by hate, all it will do to him is leave him stranded here on the island, unless he, of course, has quite the ace in his sleeve when it comes to, whatever it is he thinks he's capable of now.
Akarui looks to your group. If he wanted to, you'd think he would have done so from the beginning.
Exactly.
But if you think about it, he proclaims heavily that him and his group want to get off the island by any means necessary. If he could blow open more openings, yeah, that is questionable why he hasn't done that. To which another observation is, maybe he doesn't want to leave the island, but wants to turn it into something entirely what it wasn't meant to be.
Akarui nods a little. That is a possibility. There's too many questions for us to know for sure. But what we do know is this. If the Crooked King has the knowledge of this being a direct path out, regardless of the safety concerns, he might start trying to come after this.
Indeed, he might.
And if he does so, he might ignite more of the gold medal in the island, and it might just create a repeat of that same incident.
I mean, how many big explosions do you need before you just sink the island? I mean, you said it yourself, we're floating on top of the Pacific Ocean.
That's why I bring up my observation. Unless he has the ability to fly or warp reality and generate a boat from thin air, he's not exactly going to be leaving this island.
Then he must have another way of getting off the island that we don't know about. One that he has to work toward in secrecy so that nobody can find out what it is.
But then that generates a question of the other fear I had of him being even more power hungry, because if he does have a way to leave the island, and he makes it to mainland, Who knows what he's gonna do to several billion people afterwards if they don't convert to his cause. Well, his new cause afterwards.
Then this just means that we need to stop him by whatever means necessary. We can at least be grateful he hasn't gone after too many people in a serious manner, other than the minor injuries and the one unfortunate death.
I will say and agree that this island does have its flaws, and the people can be here and there, as to put it nicely. But they sure as hell don't deserve this.
And you see Akarui nod a little solemnly. I did everything I could to give these people the best life I could possibly offer them, one of thriving and financial benefit, but they still deserve to leave this island. And I am still looking for a way to do it. Right now, Nash's submarine plan is the only one we have. So, we'll just have to keep a close eye on everything and everyone. And if we spot the Crooked King, then we need to put a stop to whatever it is he's planning to do.
I'm in agreement. Actually, this brings up an interesting question. We know for a fact that he's using this gold metal to mass produce gold weapons for the Marauders. That implies one of two things. For me, it implies either one, when the explosion happened, he took a chunk and has just been mass producing off that one chunk ever since, or he has a base far enough down, like, you know, this far, it points at metal, this far down below, underground. Akarui, do you know any other places that actually have, like, dug this far down on the island?
Akarui thinks about it for a moment. No, most of our digging operations don't go more than a few yards beneath the surface. And you see Akarui's eyes go wide. Wait a second. I just remembered something. Do you recall the late Dr. and Professor Whitmore?
I've heard the name Professor Whitmore, but
There is a possibility that Whitmore's research mentioned something about this.
Sounds like we need to go pause through his research again.
Luckily for us, it's sitting in my desk at my office. I offered to let you guys see it earlier, and you passed up the opportunity back then.
Well, then again, back then, we didn't really have all of the info that we have currently now, and given that most of me and Barry's observations have been getting straight up confirmed all of today, we should be able to properly decipher it this time around.
And he ushers to Conroy. I believe you might want to see this too. And Conroy just smiles. Oh, there's no need. That information was kept in the library for a short period of time. I know it front to back. It might actually be what you're looking for.
I mean, awesome. Handle. Let's go do a read.
Alrighty. So what we're going to do is we're going to say you guys made it all the way back up to Akarui's office space, and we're going to cut the session off there because we are officially at 4 hours.
Can we, before we end off, I do want to confirm with Hamster Man, whose name I've already forgotten.
Kayla.
Hey, hey Kayla, you still gonna quick create that stuff up, right? That don't really need to be in the public eye, which I know this place in general ain't in the public eye, but disregarding, you know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let that go. I am patching that up immediately.
Thanks. So does Z for secrecy. If you go back on your word,
if anyone says anything about it, it won't be from me.
My man. Alrighty. Do what you do, you're doing a great job.
Alright, and from here, everybody climbs out of the hole. Conroy's going to go ahead and part from your group and head back to his library because he doesn't like to be away from it for very long, especially since you guys don't need his help for this part from this moment forward.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to head back to the office space. We're going to cut the session off right then and there, and say we'll pick this up in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yep. That will give us time to figure out what to do with funny silver regalia.
And the other things. So I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Alice has created a website search engine for Whitmore's findings, and is going to be making it publicly available very soon. So the second that's done, you're going to have the ability to research whatever it is you think you need to get your answers.
She did, about to say, Alice did actually post a screenshot of it.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
because I remember Suba making the joke, inputs Gregory. He's old.
Yep.
That was so funny. Like, I wish Suba was here because I would love to congratulate him on that. That was hilarious.
Inputs Joseph. What the fuck, man? He needs therapy.
But yeah, once that information comes out, I will make sure to have it available for you guys to do your actual searching and research, and I will drop the link in here as soon as we can.
Awesome.
Yeah.
whew, we got a lot done.
Like, I
Yeah.
don't want to toot my own horn per se, but like, damn, I'm smart.
No,
Every single one of my theories has been true. Okay, every single one that has been proven or disproven has been correct. There are still some that are up in the air, obviously, but like, damn, I'm good. Like, again, I don't want to like toot my own horn because, you know, group effort, you know, but like, I'm so excited.
I'm glad, honestly. I am really happy that you are enjoying the story so far. I have done so...
Look at there, even Sunny is cheering for me.
Yeah. I've done so much research and effort on this to make sure that it all makes sense and it all adds up, and I hope it's everything that you've been wanting it to be.
I also have a brand new theory regarding the Crooked Cutlass, but I don't know if I'm going to share that one yet.
Well, you can share that at a later time then. I think it's probably a good idea for us to all hop off, because it's like 2 in the afternoon where I am, and I'm pretty sure Alice is awake now and wants to know what's going on.
I am gonna need to do some things around the house, given that the family
Same.
thing's been rescheduled, so whatever.
Then we will see you guys in 2 weeks, and hopefully we'll have all that information for you publicly available.
Listen, I've already accomplished what I could this session. I'm just glad I was able to drop the tidbit of how this fucking durability works.
Alright, well, I'll see you guys soon.
Because, this really is just like the fucking Berserker armor, if you think about it.
It really is.
Really scary. Anyway, I'll see ya.
I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.